Yes. breathe again, I can see again, I can feel how it feels to be free again. I can dream again, I believe again. I see angels looking down in astonishment, and my heart is beating. I'm still breathing. My body was freezing. You stopped the bleeding. You bring me to life. I can feel how it feels to be free again. I can dream again, I believe again. I see angels looking down in astonishment, and my heart is beating. I'm still breathing. My body was freezing. You stopped the bleeding. You bring me to life.
Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Alrighty, ladies and gents, welcome to some Gigabyte Cup action. My name is Wally ZA, and I'm not alone tonight. I'm joined by one of South Africa's ginger YouTubers who says he's not scared of a shadow fiend or of a shadow demon, Rusty Pilover. Ladies and gents, say hello to the fans there, Rusty.
Hello everybody, thanks Wally for that epic introduction. Yes, I am here with Wally ZA, one of the very manly South African casters. Everybody in the world, welcome. Hope you guys are going to enjoy this match. And there's going to be BZK Pirates versus Marshmallow Monkeys. And let's take a look at the bans. 6.85 is in the meta at the moment, and we're going to see a whole lot of changes coming out. Mr. Wally, interesting change up. Undying Leshrac, Queen of Pain, not in that banned list. What do you think about it?
Yeah, it's a bit interesting. Like, I scanned through the patch notes on the way to work this morning in traffic. I know I shouldn't be on my phone, but yeah, well, Dota patch, man, you got to try. But straight off the bat, Lena getting banned. I do believe she got a bit of a nerf, and there's the Queen of Pain you were talking about getting a bit of a ban there. As the Spirit Breaker, Mr. Space Cow, with that 17% chance bash that everyone was crying about is now pseudo-random chance. So we won't see that in effect, as he did get banned, and there was a Clockwork ban up, and Winter Waven picked up. So pretty strong pickup from BZK Pirates early off, but gives Marshmallows a bit of idea how to pick around it, at least. I mean, you got to play around that Winter's Curse.
Yes, you do. And Winter's Curse, if anybody didn't know, Winter's Curse now does not affect magic immune units outside of the curse, but the person that does receive the Winter's Curse, even if he is up in the BKB, will of course get cursed. So it did get a little bit of a nerf, but Winter's Cursed is still ridiculous. And now we see a bounty hunter, Tusk. Tusk got quite a few buffs with his Walrus Punch, as he did get that Agnum Scepter now, that Walrus Kick getting a bit of damage. Shaker getting a little bit of a damage nerf on his Fissure, but it is the range. And of course, Bounty Hunter, a little bit of nerf on that track. But I mean, track bonus gold is track bonus gold. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, for sure. But Tusk also taking a bit of nerf on the mana cost on those Ice Shards, so he doesn't have the largest mana pool, so that will affect him a bit if they do plan to play him in the off lane. But great pickup so far as the Earthshaker does come out as well. They did nerf the Fissure a bit on damage-wise, but I still rate Earthshaker as a very good hero. You don't necessarily look for the damage from the Fissure, it's just more that long-range initiation, as the Witch Doctor did get banned out, who also received a bit of a nerf there, as the level 3, I do believe the level 3 of his Death Ward now does no longer bounce. You need the Aghanims now for it to bounce.
Thought you always needed Agnum Scepter to bounce it. I could have been wrong. And Phantom Lancer getting a little bit of a nerf, but not really significant, as he is banned out here. And who I'm hoping to see is possibly Techies. I obviously kid. Techies is definitely very, very much not welcomed here. And Terrorblade, unfortunately, taken out of Captain's mode. I probably would have guessed he would have been first pick, first ban.
Yeah, I don't know, like, but Terrorblade's been removed from Captain's Mode, is he not? Or did I just miss what you were saying there? Sorry.
Oh, that's what I mean. He was removed from Captain's mode for those very, very good reasons. That's why I say he might have been first pick, first ban. And Gyrocopter now sees the ban. A little bit of nerf on the rocket barrage damage, but I mean, really, it's not that significant that you would not want to. So, I mean, coming back to the fourth pick and ban stage, as we wait for Marshmallow Monkeys to get one, Gyrocopter, he can still initiate quite well. Despite his rockets, though, not piercing BKB anymore, it's still call down. I mean, call down is ridiculously big damage.
Yeah, it is. It's a pretty good spell, but okay, I'm being informed there's a bit of feedback from your side, but I do believe that's my mic sensitivity. I'll set that up a bit. The cooldown's still good, but the fact that it no longer slows magic immune units, I think it's a big difference in the game. Because even if you're in BKB, you can use cooldown to slow someone down and keep up with them and catch up to them and bring them down. So the nerf on it, I think it's worthy. Gyro was strong in the previous patch, so he kind of deserved a bit of a nerf. But yeah, we're not going to see him, so kind of pointless talking about it right now.
Well, I just check that your mute broadcasters is on.
It is. I'm
Alright, just maybe
dabbling
tinker
a bit
around
with my
with
settings.
those.
Yeah, I'm tinkering around with settings.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's a bit of feedback. I know my headset to be able, or my microphone is able to pick up almost bloody anything in this room. So I did set it up. If just told again once again if it is giving some feedback or not, as the only ginger in the game, I believe, does get banned out.
Oh no, Lena's apparently a ginger. When Ranger kills Lena, apparently she says a ginger line. Speaking of Wally tinkering, Tinker also got quite a bit of a buff on his ultimate refresher. So
yeah, that
is
rearm at
actually
0.75, I believe.
I know, right? That's ridiculous. And there's the Soul Stealer himself. Shadow Fiend, quite the pick. Not really getting too much on him this patch, and Darkseer as well, not really being touched these patch. And Darkseer, that clutch offlaner pick as Steam, hello?
Having some issues there, are we, Rusty?
Like a ghost voice. Let me just see my mic sensitivity. Is it my side or your side? No.
Not 100%. I did set up my sensitivity a bit here, but yeah, Shadow Fiend, I feel he's still pretty much quite balanced. I don't think he needs much right now, as Shadow Fiend's, for me, quite a balanced hero, and Darkseer, I did think they touched him a bit in the patch, if I'm not mistaken. Or did they completely ignore him?
I can't tell you. Hold on. Let me. For you.
Well, while Rusty's checking out the patch notes, there's one of my favorite and one of Rusty's favorites as well. Rubik is picked up for Marshmallow Monkeys. It's a very good hero, and there's a lot for him already off that DS Yes, and Winter Waven. Big spells he can get. Obviously, the favorite spell that he would like is Fissure. That it gives him that long range initiation that I was speaking about earlier. But stealing Winter's Curse at any time is massive, and Vacuum, I don't rate it's the best spell to steal. Maybe Iron Shell early on. Wall of Replica can do something at a clutch point, but two big spells to steal definitely that Fissure and that Winter Curse from Winter Waven.
Definitely agree. And the Darkseer, base intelligence was decreased by 2, so he got a little bit of a nerf there. Shadow Fiend, on the other hand, if I can find him, has not been touched. Shadow Fiend has been left completely untouched.
Yeah, I
We
think
sound good now. Wally, we sound good. Let's give ourselves a pat on the back.
Oh, damn it, I just set my settings again, so I'll set it back to where that was.
Oh no! Okay, Spectre. Now the pick, and Spectre got quite a few buffs there in regards to the Dispersion, and the Desolate now does help with the non-creature units. Yes, I'm
It's
correct.
pretty much if you're up against
5
the
seconds
area.
remaining.
I think it'll help a jungle maybe, but I mean, there's always creeps in the area, so I might misunderstand how it works, but I think it.
I think
Hold on.
it's more for the cannon. For the cannon, so if the cannon is alone, that Desolate does that little bit of bonus damage, as TA is now banned out, and you can see the difference. Undying is being completely ignored since there's a massive nerf on that ultimate of his. So you can see he has been completely ignored out of this pool, and now the anti-mage, despite getting a few nerfs, BZK dropping him right out of the pool. And speaking of
Oh!
Tinker,
Radiant team pick.
there you
Could be
go.
interesting. I saw a Tinker in the hands of Cotter earlier. I believe it was Mad Hatter's Battle.net boys playing against Sky Gaming Evolution, and so I had a bit of a tough time early on. It was 0-3, ended the matchup 10-3. It was just such a nuisance in that game, and the faster you get those BOTs up, now the rearm sitting at 0.75, I mean, that's ridiculous. Even at level 2, 1.5 seconds is already really good.
5 seconds remaining.
It's massive because 0.5 seconds just gets you faster back to that lane, and 0.5 seconds can make a difference, but then you get to 0.75. I mean, that is absolutely big because your rearm is basically almost nothing. Then you just TP to the lane, rearm, do whatever, go back home, do whatever. You can just have such a massive pushing power, and I wonder what the Pirates are going to do here, as they do have their tri-lane set with the Earthshaker, the Winter Wyvern, and the Spectre Darks in the offlane. They need a good mid. Puck might be actually a good pickup here.
Puck would be
OD?
difficult. Puck
Puck would be
against
difficult.
Tinker.
OD would be just as difficult.
Yeah, the problem is you're going to be using Astral Imprisonment or Phase Shift to dodge that rocket, and that leaves you open for the laser, as I've seen most players kind of ignore March and just max out the rocket and the laser. I mean, your ganking potential is extremely good, and they go for a DK. That's not a bad pickup. It is known for
Let's hope so. By the way, Zeus didn't get touched, so that does leave. Uh-oh. Okay. For a minute there, I thought I would get it. Oh, yay. Oh, dear. This mouse sensitivity. I need to fix. Volvo, bless. Guys, Wally has dropped at the moment. Just give him a few minutes to come back. Reborn Volvo. Oh dear, Wally has crashed. So I'll just you won't see his camera, or you'll see his camera. You won't see mine. But looking at it, looks like BZK do have themselves a problem. In the meanwhile, while Wally tries to get his reborn fixed, I'll introduce the teams first. We have ourselves BZK Soda on Dragon Knight, Hurley on the Winter Wyvern, Decap on Darkseer. Yes. ACG on the Spectre, and then of course on Bobills is gonna play someone. Who did he pick? I apologize. Should have been paying more attention. And Cookie Monster on the side of MMK playing the Rubik, Slutterfly on the Tusk, Maywing on the Bounty Hunter, Strike on the Shadow Fiend, and Tsushuan on the Tinker. It'd be nice to See what was picked. The Earthshaker. The Earthshaker. There we go. Oh, brain. Thank you. I need to fix my screen. Thank goodness you guys aren't Wally. Wally's back. Wally's back.
I'm
There we go.
alive! And now I see the players are
Oh
reborn things,
dear.
guys. Reborn things. It's unfortunate.
Reborn. Dota, Volvo, please stop Half-Life 3. Give better Dota.
Yeah, it's unfortunate with these disconnects as of late. But it's from what I read earlier today, it's a South African issue with our servers. They have been stressing this issue to Valve, and they finally got a response by the sounds of it from Valve, and they're trying to fix it as possible. So hopefully our South African servers will be better in the near future.
Hopefully. Just trying to
still got
reduce
some
my
mic
speed
issues here.
here. Still. Uh-oh.
Yeah, but that's on my side. I can see my microphone is not picking up while I'm talking. It's kind of cutting out, but let's hope it's fine as we have our first reconnect. We're still waiting on the docs here to reconnect for part of BZK here. But yeah, it's going to be tough. I kind of agree with you. MMK's lineup is pretty damn strong, but BZK can take it extremely late as MMK only have that split pushing Tinker and the SF up front. They're going to have to try and buff up this bounty hunter who's most likely going to be playing that position, but he's going to be roaming a lot, so they're going to be relying a lot on track call to get this bounty hunter up and running with some items, as they can protect that Spectre very well and get a decent farm on the side of BZK. They can do a lot towards the ultra late game. I mean, DK becomes an absolute monster. Spec, I mean, if Spec gets Radiance Diffusal, Rubik will absolutely hate life. Bounty Hunter will not be loving life. Tuskar will be hating life. The only people who can really deal with him towards the ultra late game will be Tinker and Shadowfiend. So it's going to be tough if it goes that direction. So we'll probably see MMK trying to go for the somewhere between the 20 to 30 minute region end. Otherwise, it'll become really tough for them to sustain and keep up this game.
It's very true what you say there, as the Spectre is very, very potent late game, and it's going to be very hard to deal with it, despite... Oh no, Wally crashed again. Sorry everybody. So it looks like we're going to have ourselves a... I'm going to pull up the creep scores here. Wally seems to be having a lot of pains today with the stupid Reborn. You know, Reborn, Volvo, please. We see Dragon Knight, he is gonna go mid. He has got himself 2 pool tankers and himself a sentry board. The Earthshaker with a lovely gravel maul is a fantastic item. Moving up towards with the Dragon Knight, perhaps trying to get that stun out. But we see a movement here from MMK with Strike. Everybody gonna come and try and contest this top rune over here to make sure they get just what they need to get this early Shadowfiend start that he needs. And Hurley, he's gonna put up the wards here just to make sure he can block off some camps here. I believe this will block off this camp. I'm not completely sure, as Rubik does plant on the high ground. The Russians also seem to be disconnecting, so I do apologize everybody. The servers are being checked out by Valve hopefully, and Wally has reconnected. The good love of have fun's come out, and we're gonna have ourselves a good battle. The Gigabyte Challenge, ladies and gentlemen, hosted by Gigabyte, of course. And it's going to be completely epic. MMK versus BZK. Here we go. Top rune is going to get taken by the Tinker. So he is going to go mid. This means this is a safe lane Shadowfiend. And going up against the Dragon Knight, I do favor Tinker just a little bit here. If he does go for the march early, spamming out the Dragon Knight. But Dragon Knight can hold his own here if he gets a little bit into that Dragon's Blood. But you can see Earthshaker, he is chilling around here, is going to try and see if he can get Tinker maybe first blooded here, as Dragon Knight has got the longest... Are you back? Wally seems to be having pains, and I'm starting to lag, as Hurley, he is going right in a Maywing. Ooh, he's got to be careful here. He is going to have a lot of problems. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, these servers are very highly unstable from what I can see. And, oh my goodness, Reborn, what are you doing to us? A Maywing, he is trying to find something here on Hurley. And it does look like Shadowfiend on the playing by strike. He is going to try and get himself as much needed here as possible. ACG trying to get as much out of this lane as well, going for the Desolate very early on, so just getting that little bit of extra damage there if someone is alone, just to make sure he gets those last hits. And Slutterfly, he is trying to get quite a bit done here, dropping down the ice shards. I have nothing open, so there is a problem going on with the damn Reborn services. Wally again comes back. Wally, are you okay?
So
No, definitely. As bottom lane, there is an engagement. Beautiful Fisher stopping a Maywing in his tracks. Looks like ACG wants to go for it, and he is going to get out of here. Shutterfly, as Wally called him, is looking like he is going to go down. Will he get first blooded? It does look like there's the first blood coming out, and Maywing, he might want to be careful here because he is on that sentry board. Rubik on the Cookie Monster. Yes, because Cookie Monster is a hero. Cookie Monster on that Rubik. He's got to be careful here because if Earthshake does get him out, get him blocked in there, ACG will just chow right through Rubik. First blood goes to BZK there, just a little bit on the greedy side, and a beautiful Earthshaker Fissure drop. As we said, the damage is not what makes the Earthshaker, it's that range, that long freaking chasm that the Fissure leaves. And Maywing, he is trying here, but he is still level 1. As you said, the Swimming Bounty Hunter has to make things happen. There's a stun, and it does look like the Earthshaker does get it, but will he get launched on top? No, he does not. Oh, that might have been very, very bad for him if Rubik had managed to cliff him there.
yeah, for sure. But luckily for him, he got an Invis Ruin there, and already having to Bottle Crow. This is not good. And yes, with the Invis Ruin, could make some issues in this mid lane. Unfortunately, he's gonna get forced off right now with that March of the Machine being dropped. They might go for this. There's the Breathe Fire, the long range initiation fissure, followed up by the Dragon Tail, and it actually goes to the ES. Maybe a bit of a misplay giving it to the sport there, but that's second kill dropping in the direction of BZK. I heard he's got to be careful here, as Strike is right behind him, chasing him towards his own tower, but little Iron Shell on one of his own creeps, as Hurley could make a play.
Wally crashed again. I'll pick up from where he is. He is raging on here. Yes, Doxia, he is he may have gone on strike there. Not actual strike, but as bottom lane goes on, ACG, he is getting gone on. Will he be able to get out? Does drop the Spectral Dagger. He does look like he's going to make a beautiful save here from Decap, and Maywing, you might want to be careful here as Bob Yules, he is trying to save people here, and that was a good save there from the Winter Wyvern. I don't believe she had the Cold Embrace. She may have had the Cold Embrace in that fight. I'm not too sure. Nothing happened for me to pull out the combat sheet, as now the heal comes out on the Spectre, and this is the upsize from the upside from a Winter Wyvern, dropping that Cold Embrace, making sure you can stay in the lane because it's really, really nice as a top lane. Oh, Strikey really wants to be careful here in this lane. Does have himself 28 on the Necromastery and is leading strangely, as Wally might mention, that Darkseer is over pushing his lane just a slight bit. 32 and 23, but Spectre is definitely having a good old fun time here in the bottom lane. 28 and 15, and of course Dragon sitting at 24 and 6, and I am lagging my face off.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And just to mind you that DK is dropping quite low. I am having a happy fun time, and now DK is bold for me and he's smacking people with his right hand. This is fantastic. Thanks Valve. $18 million and you still can't fix our servers. Fantastic. Okay, anyway, my raging is done for the day. The rage of the ginger has popped down. You can all go and spam on Volvo's page, please. You know, fix Reborn. Anyway, Tinker.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That may have been problematic. My DK on my screen is bold. Just letting you know. Okay, anyway. 2 for 2. 2 for 2. If Wally brings up the experience graph, it is leading a little bit for MMK at 250. Gold graph sitting at almost 0. So this is pretty even. We are 8 minutes in as a Maybe you might want to be careful here. Out goes the Splinter Blast. Not going to do too much, but push just a little bit harder. And they want ACG to get the farm he needs here to get that Spectre rolling, as he does have himself the power treads. And that will get him those little bit of losses. But as a strike, he dies.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Bottom! Hey, monster!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He may get more!
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they get 3, they get the top lane, and they get 2 in the bottom lane, nearly getting the task there. And that may have been very, very detrimental to MMK. 5-2 this early on, and they get themselves a tower. DK is making sure he is pushing hard. By the way, is this Dragon supposed to have armor on him?
I don't think he has the Immortal Dragon form. He's got no items on this DK unless my Reborn's broken, so it should have armor if it's the International 3, I believe, or Fissure, just saving him for the time being. And again, the Rocket's now only level 2, and it's not doing enough. This is where I'm getting back to maxing Rocket and Laser is just a more efficient Tinker in the early stages. It gets you farm, it zones out your opponents, and it gets you to that BOTs faster. Once you have those BOTs up, it's much easier to then max out the March and pick up that farm.
Tower is under attack.
Definitely, in the right situation, that may have worked. Maybe Tinker was just going for trying to harass the DK, out-harass him and try and go for that early push, try and get himself a tower and then move on to those early BOTs. Now you can see he is spamming, he's trying to farm up the jungle here of the Red and steal what the Spectre might need later on in the game, as I don't believe Spectre might go for the Radiance, as Darkseer might find himself in a little bit of trouble here as a Maywing and Strike come in for it, and they're going for it, but Hurley, can he get out of here? Drops the the wall. Amazing in quite a bit of trouble here. Uses the invis and Strike. He's got to be careful here as there are some rotations coming in here from the Earthshaker. And Strike, he uses the ultimate, but to no avail. In comes the Spectre, and looks like ACG is going to go down. They may actually find a Maywing here, but it's not going to be the case. They get themselves killed here, and they commit quite a bit. They commit the wall and the Haunt, but for Shadow Fiend to limit his farm, I would say that's worth it.
Yeah, especially with him sitting on 65 and 29, he's really having a ball of a time in this lane. Even though he's lost his tier 1 tower, he's doing rather well. But that was a bit of an aggressive play. As I just mentioned, the tier 1 tower is down. So, not the ideal place to be. And I kind of got to give some respect to ACG. Using the Haunt and rotating in, he did get the kill. So, I do believe it's worth it. The wall, it's the worst. I mean, cooldown's 100 seconds. Yeah, but I mean, he's only got a level 1 vacuum. It's not going to do huge amounts right now. So committing it this early, I think worth it. But the Tinker is in huge trouble as Soda. Oh, he misses him in the trees. He misses him again as Cookie rotates in now to try and zone him off. But he might be in a spot of trouble as a bit of a lovely misspell comes out there from Soda. I don't think he's happy. Something might have happened. And he's got a blink up already. That is a really quick blink. But Strike's there. And the haste is now worn off. They're not looking to be doing anything further against Soda.
If you look at Dragon Knight, it might just be me, but his armor is all over him. Like his shield and everything.
I've got a standard green dragon here. I think your reborn's not loving you. At least you're not disconnecting, so I'd rather have animation glitches over disconnecting 4 times in a bloody game. Oh, here we go. They're going on Soda. There's the snowball ice shots and the walrus punch to boot. That's a dead DK. They're trying to turn this. There's the Winter's Curse on Shutterfly and the vacuum. The wall, though, off point. And is this going to cost them? Cookie with a good lift. Shutterfly, he's going to get away. And that's not worth it. That's a Winter's Curse. But the fissure just off the mark. Cookie Monster will not go down as a Maywing also survives that. So I do think MMK will love that exchange as they got another wall and the Winter's Curse out of BZK there.
And in the meanwhile, Shadow Fiend is farming up top. He's going to get himself a tower, and he needs that after 2 deaths, 1 kill. But looking at the leaderboard in the network chart, despite going down, DK is at 4.9, and DK has been spamming, sitting at 4.8. Shadow Fiend also at 4.9, now taking it over. And Spectre sitting at 4.6, but Spectre has been passively farming, sitting at 2.2k gold. Do you think we're still going to see that Radiance as a boss comes out and... okay.
Yeah, it seems some of the players are having very bad lag. I don't think should go for that Radiance, even though Spectre is sitting on just short of 2,300 gold. Look, the Radiance is going to do a lot against the likes of a Maywing and Cookie Monster. They're not going to love it. And even Shutterfly on that DDoS attack, apparently, highly doubt that the South African game will get DDoSed. But even Shutterfly on that Tuskar will not love the Radiance, but early Diffusal Blade could do so much more. I mean, Tinker could TP into a lane and drop the rearm march rearm, and if Spectre decides to haunt on him, he's pretty much screwed. He like 2 hits and he won't be able to TP. So that could be quite rough if they do go for the early Diffusal. But like I just said, the Radiance can work. I mean, it will make life hard over Maywing and Cookie Monster, but yeah, I'd prefer the level 1 Diffusal. Not that the Radiance won't work though.
It's true. Diffusal Blade is one of those items that you saw. There's the buff to Diffusal Blade, as far as I know. Just get that
no
for
cooldown.
you.
No cooldown.
No cooldown.
Purge.
It's so massive, and I mean, you could just drop it everywhere. Look, you won't drop it everywhere, but I mean, it's still quite a buff. And Radiance is cheaper now, sitting at 1350 is the recipe. I mean, it's worth building into that Radiance because it is now a cheaper option. I wouldn't say cheaper than Diffusal Blade, but like you said, Diffusal Blade can cause a lot of disruptions. I mean, if your Shadow Fiend can't hit people, what is he doing? If your Bounty Hunter can't hit people, what is he doing? Task Walrus Punch is Walrus Punch. I mean, that's a spell. That's not going to miss. But like you're focused on your Shadow Fiend trying to get that big right click so you can burn right through, like your Earthshakers and your Winter Wyverns, who are going to go down so hard. And then you have that extra minus armor against the Dragon Knight, who is massively tanky, sitting at 15 armor already, and we're only 30 minutes in. He's only level 10, so this is with Dragon Blood on, and he still has another like 3 armor to gain on top of that, so it makes him tanky. You need the Shadow Fiend to get what he needs, and when Spectre gets that diffuser blade, it just makes it so much harder, because then she can go right into the dire jungle and farm up all these camps he needs, just like wreck, just so much of camps being taken, and of course with the buffs to the ancients, just gonna make it that a little bit easier for them as well. Oh dear, 1.3k ping.
That's not good. On TeamSpeak on a South African server, hitting 1,300 now, 1,100. Hopefully, it's coming down. Yeah, it's kind of iffy which way to go with Spectre. I rate both items can work. As you did mention, the Radiance now getting a bit of a buff. It's cheaper, but yeah, it can go either way. The itemization can work either way. But I'm pretty sure that the Spectre will go for the Diffusal Blade. If you look at that buff to Diffusal Blade, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek from Ice Frog there, as he made Warlock Golems no longer purgeable, and then he gives you 0 CD on purge.
Well, I mean, for a long time, that is what kept Warlock out of the meta. I mean, once you get a Diffuser Blade, he has no ultimate, so it's high time that got fixed. But now, I put it to you like this, Warlock as he is, do you think he's a little bit too strong?
I wouldn't say he's a bit too strong. I mean, the hero itself, it's quite easy to bring down. Fatal Bonds is good. Shadow Word is one of the best heals in the game, in my opinion, especially early on. It's such a strong heal early game. But I wouldn't say he's broken. Literally, like you said, he dropped out of the meta because of Diffusal Blade being able to purge those golems so quickly. So it brings him back in contention, but to which point? Where are you going to run him? Are you going to run him as in the same sense as a position 1 Pugna, rushing that Ags and rushing a Refresher on a Warlock as a position 1? I mean, you get someone like Phantom Assassin with a BKB is just not going to care for your Warlock, and even though the Diffusal nerf against golems are there, you still have the likes of Outworld Devourer or Silencer who deals extremely high amounts of pure damage, and those golems do not love pure damage at all. So if they do bring in the likes of a Warlock into a game, you always have OD with that arcane, I believe it's called Arcane Bolt. No. What's his Q autocast called again?
Fatal Bonds, isn't it?
No. Outworld Devourer. He's Q.
Outworld Devourer. His orb. His
Q. Yeah, Arcane Orb, I believe it is.
Arcane Orb. There you go, man.
It's the same as Glaives of Wisdom on a Silencer. I mean, it deals pure damage and it absolutely rips through. So there is still ways of dealing with a Warlock.
Do we even Dota spell, bro? I mean, come on. Arcane Orb, OD, buffs, nerfs, balances. Know these things, man. Alright.
I really want to put the camera in the dire well and check items, but I'm pretty sure people will get so annoyed with these.
Yes, I do agree. Unfortunately, that is something that does need to be fixed. Has been a problem for a while, but Valve is too busy rolling in their money from the international. Too busy to leave Pit Lord in the test client. Everybody out there knows it.
Man. I am not looking forward to that hero in competitive play. Alliance will be back. If that hero joins the pool, Alliance will be back. Alliance have always been about TPing around the map and the rats. And I mean, if you can 5-man TP to a lane, like Alliance will get back into the meta. That's all they can do is split push and across the map.
How dare you? How dare you?
I'm not an Alliance fanboy. I'm probably going to get flamed to hell and back because of. But if you remember what Alliance did, well, it's across the map. CKIO and Nature's Prophet. I mean,
Admiral Bulldong. But yes, Lord. Unfortunately, he hasn't been in Captain's mode since 6.67. That is a long time. I mean,
kind of shows you how broken he is, actually.
wouldn't say he's broken. It was more trying to get him right.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
his previous spells, as we have more disconnects, his previous spells was expulsion. I mean, the corpse explosion being on no cooldown, you just have to have corpses around you. Now, when you high ground push and creeps die under the tower, that is absolutely fantastic because you have mini stuns, you have damage, scalable damage, you have heals. It is absolutely ridiculous. It's no wonder he isn't in there. And as well as the Dark Portal, I mean, shifting in and out of the map, that needed to be fixed. Now you have Atrophy Aura, which in my opinion is still a little bit needs tweaking because, I mean, if someone dies under that, you heal. I mean, and he just has the perfect kit just to sit and sustain damage. I mean, a Shiva's Guard with the Pit of Malice and dropping the Firestorm. Under that, it is absolutely ridiculous. And then you drop, I would say, Vengeful Spirit, possibly in that, with the minus armor.
Or in that with Diabolic Edict.
Leshrac with that, Shadow Fiend. Shadow Fiend would thrive in Pit of Malice with that minus armor from his presence of the Dark Lord. And I mean, my goodness.
Drop Dazzle in there with extra minus
Dazzle,
armor.
Omni Knight. I mean, Pit of Malice just sets up for RPs. They set up for the Winter's Curse. I mean, you would run him, I wouldn't say offlane, but you can run him offline. I mean, he's that tanky that he can sit in the offlane. He can escape out of there. I mean, if you run him safe lane, you have the Pit of Malice for the engagement. You have the Firestorm that keeps the offlaner out if he does happen to go to the safe lane option. I mean, it's such a versatile hero, and he can fulfill almost any role.
There we go. Bobules is reconnected. Yeah, definitely. I'm kind of dreading it, but I'm loving the fact of seeing pros use it. I can't wait to see how the pros use it.
We are back. Sorry, Wally. I had to announce to everybody watching for the Dota 2 Lounge. Hope you guys get some Ferraris and Bugattis and whatever, as I am already starting to lag again. ACG, 2-3 gold in the bank, farming up the ancient, farming up some neutrals here. Now, Bounty Hunter is chilling around here. He still can get this XP from this. And there's a rotation of 4 down here. And there's a very aggressive ward here, as they are going to go for ACG here. There is no track goal, but my goodness, that damage done there. And Winter Wyvern luckily chilling around here, as the courier just got a little bit too close there. And this is the power of a Tinker being displayed, getting that push in, rotating 3 down here to try and get this tower down possible and limit the farm of the Spectre.
Yeah, for sure. And the meanwhile, that just gives more space to Strike in that top lane. I mean, they're gonna have to commit big time to kill Strike. And if they do commit, they're going to lose an objective. They're going to lose a mid-tier 1 or a bottom tier 1 if they do rotate that many heroes to try and kill him. So, yeah, Tinker's map presence is just amazing in that retrospect.
I do have to agree here in his decap. He does have the Winter's Curse. It wasn't used the most effectively. They did manage to get quite a few down, but as you said, that Darkseer Wall level 1, not the most impactful of ultimates at level 1, and as the top tier 1 tower goes down and Shadow Fiend is getting closer to that BKB, and BKB first item, how would you rate it on Shadow Fiend?
Yeah, definitely needs it in this game. I mean, you escaping the fissure, you escaping the dragon tail, you escaping vacuum, you escaping the wall, you escaping almost everything besides the Winter's Curse. So BKB definitely a good pickup.
Oh, Rubik. Oh, he just manages to get out. I wonder if they saw him under that sentry ward. He does have an inverse rune, so it is going to be absolutely big. And if they do manage to get him, I wouldn't say absolutely big, but there's a lot of sentries here to cover the Bounty Hunter. But it's 2 versus 4 here.
Yeah, it's going to be big. And I mean, they just gave away the top tower basically for free. They just reset the glyph. Oh, that Splinter Blast. That's such an annoying spell to go against. With a cooldown and it's maxed as well. It's doing a lot of damage, and ooh, Decap got to be careful. They could have probably tried to make a play there. You have vision of DK over there. You can see ACG up in that top lane. There was a chance for them, as Hurdy's actually down in the jungle. He's completed his mechanism. I don't know why he's down here trying to jungle, as a Maywing has spotted him out now, and they could try and make a play here. They should know there's only 2 here. They maybe haven't seen Bobules. But if they make a play here, oh, and the dust is on point. Maywing in huge trouble. The lifts there, but Maywing should drop here. There's a vacuum Splinter Blast combination. That is a dead Bounty Hunter, and there's an Echo Slam even committed. Kill the Rubik As Schwann's running out of mana here, and there's a DK with a double damage ruin. He's going to try and TP out the Dragon Tails there. This is going to be a dead Tinker as well. It's a 3 for nothing. Good rotations there by BZK, picking up 3 kills for nothing there. And have a look at that. That's almost 1,000. There's just over 1,700 gold change in the favor of BZK, and 1,000, or just short of 1,900 experience gain. And they should be able to bring down Tier 1 tower in the bottom lane with this DD Elder Form Dragon Knight.
And that was a fantastic dust here by the Darkseer, fantastic Earthshaker stun there in the fissure. And Rubik, he lifted the Darkseer right out of the fissure, trying to save the bounty hunter, but it was just not enough. And Winter Wyvern is on a mega kill streak here, and has already got a Glimmer Cape. And this is 70 minutes in as a support Winter Wyvern. You have Mana Boots and Glimmer Cape. This is a great day for supports, man.
Yeah, for sure. But like Hurley, without a shot of a doubt, MVP on that dust, setting that entire fight up. And MMK maybe should have just left a Mowing to die there, as Cookie Monster did try and rotate in and help him, got himself killed in the process, and Tinker as well, trying to spam from the side the heat-seeking missiles, got himself caught out or spotted in which direction he went, and got himself in trouble and killed as well. He does, however, have that blink up now, so he can start becoming a nuisance on the map.
Well, hello, PowerPoint slide.
Yeah, I can hear you lagging out a bit there. That's unfortunate.
9 to 3, 18 minutes in. Shadowfiend table topping at 7.5k. DK definitely not far behind as 7.5k himself. He also has a Blink Dagger going for the BKB. He has got drums and a bottom Hastings. Drums over BKB this early on? Why would you think you would go for that one?
Well, they've got it down right now. They're getting the kills, and I mean, if they had the chase potential earlier on, they would have been able to kill that Tusk as well, but that was way earlier on. But my focus point right now, which is extremely interesting for me, is Strike abandoned the BKB. He's leaving at a casual Ogre Club and got the Shadow Blade. I don't agree with, as Hurley just made a huge play with Dust. And you gotta know that they're carrying detection for this bounty hunter already. Opting to go for the Shadow Blade? I don't know. Over the BKB, I'm not a fan of that, as we see Cookie Monster picking up some detection and some vision for the side of MMK. But yeah, I'm not a fan, as he actually uses the Shadow Blade right now, and Bo Beals knows something's up. He's getting the hell out of dodge.
Yes, he is.
Possibly going on a warding mission. I think he knew something was up there.
Well, as you said, the Dragon Knight trying to go for possibly a Shadow Blade over the BKB as
The SF. Getting the Shadow Blade.
Shadowfiend getting
in the mid lane. Roll punch. Gonna be the end of that. Good fissure though. The Echo's up.
Echo
Can get Cookie Monster here. Will he? Oh, he won't get him. Birdie's in huge amounts of trouble as Cookie Monster stole the Echo. Drops it, but it does absolutely nothing. And our Maywing trying to block him, trying to save him. And Cookie Monster in huge trouble will go down. And Maywing in even bigger trouble. But Bo Bules goes down to strike, and the Tinker might get Soda here bottling up, running away, and that's gonna be the end of that. As 3 kills again going to the side of BZK for 2 trade this time at least.
But a much better fight for MMK that round, as BZK they got the better end of it. Rubik just like panic Echo Slam there and did nothing for I can't English it. They did nothing against the ES in that fight. But the ES and the Darkseer did go down. But again, so many went down for the side of MMK in that fight. And BZK, they are extending their lead. I mean, they had a 2.5k experience lead, gold lead sitting at 2k, just dipping a bit down in that fight. But I mean, they just need the mid-tier 1 now.
Yeah, but now the other thing here from MMK is the constant pressure on the spot lane is slowing down ACG. He's got the relic, still hasn't finished the Radiance, and I mean, we're hitting about 21 minutes. And this is where I believe a Diffusal Blade would have done way more. Especially since ACG has been active in these fights. He's been using Haunt in almost every fight, and when there's possibilities, he goes. Oh, and this Golden Race might be a problem. As they do engage on Hurley. Hurley does hit the vacuum. He does have the wall available. Will he drop it? So far, opting to hold it back. And Maywing in a spot of trouble. Gets himself the hell out of there. His Cookie Monster also backs up. But Cao Shuan is very close here. Spamming Arch with the rockets. And he should be careful. He's going to go for Hurley here. the laser, but it's not enough. 80 HP as the mech gets dropped. There's the Winter's Curse for Ultra in place. But Strike is here. He does bring down the Winter Wave, and as Bobeel's in huge trouble, there's a Snowball. They will bring him down as well. And now ACG could find himself in a spot of trouble, but can he bring a kill down with him? The Desolate will kill him, but they do bring down the Spectre in the end. So that's a 2 for 3 trade for the side of MMK. And looking at that fight recap, definitely in the favor of MMK, and they're starting to even things out here as Shadow Fiend is. Let's just let that one go as there's an engagement on Sodas. Shutterfly trying to get away from this DK with a nice block, but the blink is available. Unfortunately, did not damage him with those ice shards and will get himself that kill. So a 3 for 3 trade across the map there. But Soda's got to be careful. Heroes of MMK are respawning. They can get back here.
I seem to be having pains, but there we are. And now that tier 2 is going to be pushed out.
As no one casts that, as we kind of both just look in awe there. And that's what I was talking about. Shadowblade not the favored option, as really again with that dust they do have the detection for the bounty hunter, and this is why I don't agree with the Shadowblade pickup. He tried to get himself out of there, got dusted immediately, got forced into dropping the Requiem, and kind of a waste of the Requiem because it didn't really do anything. They committed the wall, yeah, sure, again not the highest C, and again, yeah, okay, he's got level 3 vacuum now, but to kill the SF, that's the net worth leader, definitely worth it.
This PowerPoint slide I'm having, I'm just gonna disconnect and try and reconnect.
Alright guys, as Rusty's gonna try and sort out his lag, I'll take you on with this game as HCG has now completed that Radiance, sitting on top of Tread's Radiance, Magic Wand, 23 minutes in. It's still not a bad timing, but preferably the farm HCG was getting early on. You'd be looking at a Radiance at about 18 minutes, so it was well delayed by MMK pressuring that bot lane. I mean, they've taken that tier 1 bot lane, they've taken the tier 1 bot, and so far they've given away a tier 1 top and bot, so it's still pretty damn equal. Okay, they've lost the mid tier 1, so a bit in favor as BZK on the hunt. There's the blink, there's the dust with the Dragon Tail, followed up by the Fissure and Winter Wave, and actually picking up that kill. So, clean kill there, not too much committed from BZK, and they pick up that bounty hunter who is really struggling in this game. He's only picked up, and actually amazed that he's picked up arcane boots and not gone for the standard phase or treads. But his team is a bit mana independent, so it will help him out, but it won't help the bounty on his own. As pressure being applied here, and Rusty, have you reconnected?
Yeah, but I'm still having PowerPoint slides, so I will offer whatever I can, but at the moment I'm having...
Very brave TP from Charles Swan, and will go down, and an extremely brave TP on the tier 2. I thought he would definitely try and blink out there, but maybe the Dragon's Breath there from Soda. Soda DD Ruin blinks forward, Dragon Tail, that's the end of Rubik, and Shutterfly in huge trouble, does go for the punch, there's the Winter's Curse. That's 3 down now already as he pops the BKB, and I don't even think it was necessary to take that BKB charge away from Soda there, as it's a 3 for nothing trade and a tier 2 tower. Sorry for cutting you off there, Rusty. The bot lane though, Strike might find himself a kill on Bobeels, and getting the last hit, but it goes to Strike. Got the Silver Age up now. Still not agreeing with the choice, but it's got him a kill.
Oh, I hope these servers are better next game. Yes, that was an absolutely magnificent fight, as you can see so many things happening here. ACG just... he's gonna try and play for this late game option. He is really gonna try and play for this late game option. As you said, a very brave TP there, and just a nice, good fight for BZK in this this middle lane, getting themselves a tier 2 and a couple of heroes here, committing quite a bit there. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've just been informed we've got over 400 views on the stream. If you guys just joined us, thanks for tuning in. It's BZK versus MMK in the Gigabyte Cup here in South Africa, and these guys are not just playing a standard little tournament, they're actually playing for a bit of cash monies. As far as I understand, first place takes $2,000. Yes, that's US dollars, so there is a bit on the line for these teams. But right now, BZK looking to be in rather firm control of this game, even though there is a Tinker on the other side of MMK, and the Shadow Fiend farming rather decently. It's looking a bit tough for them right now, as Rusty did just mention. ACG on the Spectre going for that late game build. He's actually opted to pick up the Yasha now, still avoiding this Diffusal Blade, and I know it's a pubby build item, but Diffusal Blade is such a good item with Horns. You don't even need to come into the fight with Radiance Diffusal. Rubik, as well as Bounty Hunter, as you can pretty much throw Tusk in there, will be hating life against Horns, even though the spec won't rotate in. It will make so much issues in those team fights and disrupt it so badly. You're going to get half of the team of MMK running for the heals before the team fight even starts.
And as I'm having more problems, yeah, that Spectre is going really like trying to get possibly a Manta style, so trying getting that like a little bit of a counter push up as a Strike. He is winding up the ultimate, drops it onto ACG, and wow, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, unfortunately, just caught the back end of that, very last back end of that. But Strike now sitting with a Javelin, and looks like that casual Ogre Club was not a casual Ogre Club. It was for the Sanj to complete the Silver Edge. And he's now got a second Javelin, so he's going straight for an MKB. Strike going for that damage, and I really think he sorely needs a BKB in this fight. They can control him so well. I mean, if they do get a BKB on Strike, they have to commit the Winter Strike to control him. That's the only way they can while he's magic immune. And I mean, that's a big commitment to put on one hero. If MMK plays it right with a BKB, they can kind of bait out the Winter Curse out of BK and then take the fight from there on. So no BKB, so there's a lot to control him. I mean, the Blink Dragon Tail, you've got the long range fissure from the Earthshaker, even the vacuum that can pull him back in. So it's a bit tough for Strike on that Shadow Fiend to survive if it's a 5-on-5 team fight.
Definitely, and now the Shadow Fiend has got himself an MKB, so it's that Radiance is effectively just cancelled out there through that item pickup. 20-10. We're almost 30 minutes into this match, as I'm just having an absolute wonderful time, Wally. DK looks like to be
hold on,
building
there's
up
a
an
fight
assault
erupting
heroes.
as you're right. Might be dropping you there, and there's the Winter's Curse on Strike, so he will drop, and a Maywing got dusted up at the same time. And that's a 3-for-0 trade, as I missed the Tuskar dying somewhere on the map there, unfortunately. But again, BZK looking so strong, and you can really see them pushing forward here, trying to go for the Strax. As there's a buyback immediately from Strike. Sao Xuan, TP Blink, rocket, homing missile, and trying to bring down Soda here as low as possible. And they could bring him down here, as that is it. They bring him down, Soda's down immediately, and you will see the rest of BZK now heading for the hills. The Spectre actually Spectral Daggers over the hill, and they want nothing of this fight right now. That Strike buyback was maybe a bit early, as most of the damage did come from the Tinker and Cookie Monster there, but maybe just enough to force BZK off their racks, and they will hold their racks out for now, as it's 23-11, 29.5 minutes into the favor of BZK.
And now Rush is going to get used and abused here by the Dire on MMK. And yeah, a bit greedy there on the Dragon Knight spot on Sotobot, just going right behind the tower and soaking up all that damage, perhaps on Ag, as the Spectre took quite a bit of damage in the top lane. And Rush, he is being abused. This is going to be a nice, easy rush for Strike. He is going to get himself a lovely Aegis, and this could turn the tide for MMK. They could try and push the bottom tier 2 tower into a tier 3 high ground, but the high ground defense from BZK with that Earthshaker Blink Echo looming around, you have to know that the danger factor is there, as well as the level 2 wall with a vacuum. It's a very difficult high ground, as well as Winter Wyvern, which is up in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, for sure. If I were the side of MMK, I'd definitely be looking towards this mid-tier 1. Take a bit of map control away from BZK. They need objectives, and they've taken the objective now in the form of Roshan. But they will definitely have to try and pressure this mid-tier 1. Try and get it down. Force, maybe get someone to split push. Force the issue on the tier 2, and force them to decide between defending a tier 1 and a tier 2. As the more map control that MMK can get, the better, as they do have the tank. Keep those lanes pushed and limit the farm of the side of BZK. But has gotten quite a bit, sitting on 2350 almost now, working towards that Manta style. Will help them out a bit, but Spectre unfortunately does not have the BOTs, so it can't really be that split pushing force. The Manta, she'll have to Manta very far away, and that will limit the amount of push get out of those illusions. And Tinker can punish that, as Dragon Knights working towards that Assault Cuirass, which will really help them in these team fights. And a Maywing I don't agree with the item build on this bounty hunter as looks like a level 3 L, and they found Soda. Soda is in a big spot of trouble here as they will bring him with a track. Right click there as they got to be careful as the Winter's Curse is available. They will have to drop this to save this DK for now. The snowball onto Decap. Decap in a spot of trouble. The Greaves gets popped and now Strike in a spot of trouble even though he's hitting like a truck. Huge vacuum wall there from Hurley as they've already lost 2. They might lose 3 as the Maiming is running into the march. Shutterfly is also in a big spot of trouble. The track comes out, but they've lost 2 already. And there's a good little ice shards to block them off right now, but they should get the hell out of dodge. There's blinks up everywhere as Star Schwan coming in with a BOT's blink Dagon, but do lose Strike on the sideline as well. And that's 101 seconds that he is down, but it's a 3-for-2 trade for the side of MMK, but that is a Shadow Fiend down for quite a long time. But they are forcing the issue on this tier 2 and try and bring it down as they have basically won that team fight. They brought down 1 core for the 2 supports and a corner support for them themselves, and there's a glyph, and that's the opening right now as Star Schwan blinks into a bit of a peculiar spot, my apologies, as he got himself in trouble, but they did get the tier 2, but they really need to get this tier 1 off the map as objectives are being taken. They won that team fight 3-2 and they got an extra objective in the form of the tier 2 in the bot lane. Tier 1 again, I can't stress how much they need to get rid of this, take the map control. This will get Tinker in such a position to control the map even more for the side of MMK.
Definitely, and coming back to that fight that happened here, they didn't manage to get the Aegis off of the Shadow Fiend as well, so that is quite a big win for BZK in that. But again, 3-for-2 in the end and favoring MMK. You have to get the feel that BZK
lane, ACG in huge trouble. Sorry to interrupt you once again. Dagon 5 not making its presence fully felt. I do believe that Tinker could have gone for that kill, and Spectre was so alone in that bot lane. Oh, and there's a gem pickup now on Hurley. This could change things for BZK. It will be much easier. They would have not had the huge amount of problems they had in this fight with Vision. That gem's going to make a huge difference as the Assault Cuirass now also finished on the DK.
That is going to be a big item for this DK push up into that high ground, and Spectre is going for a hard here with the Reaver, so building that tankiness and just making sure she can survive in a prolonged team fight. And Rubik actually steals the Golden Brace. That's actually quite big, as your DK does hit quite a lot of right clicks as well as a Spectre, so that is actually a good pickup for the Rubik to steal. He may want himself a nice vacuum wall here. I'm now pointing again. There is a double damage.
ACG could be in a spot of trouble. The Strike is right there, and in comes Sarchan with a blink and the Dagon 5. But can they chase Spectre down, or the blink follow up again to get the vision? And ACG in huge trouble, and he will go down. Sarchan, and apparently Hello Valve, maybe a bit of lag there, or just a bit annoyed that he got popped out of the trees at the last second there of that Spectral Dagger. And that's a good kill there for MMK, bringing down Spectre, stopping Spectre farming. But now this is the chance that MMK have. They need to address the issue of this mid lane. They can force it now and go get another objective, but Sarchwan all over the map trying to be a nuisance as much as he can. And as you did point out, Spectre going for that heart, and again, I'm not agreeing with this. That this ACG really needs this Diffusal Blade. It will make life so much easier in the fights. Just draining the mana from the Rubik, the Tinker, even the Shadow Fiend, not being able to raise in these fights will help them a lot.
Definitely, and the Shadow Fiend, as you mentioned, without mana, is just a right clicker, but at this point, that's about all he needs. I mean, the Sylvia damage. Oh, to Wyvern killing off a Tinker someplace with the Earthshaker. Did the Earthshaker commit? He committed the Echo Slam.
Okay, fair enough. And finally, SF picks up that BKB. He's needed that for a while. I think the MKB was a bit greedy, but look, it helped him out. I mean, he's hitting like a truck right now, 135 plus 225. So the likes of a Winter Waven is not gonna love that. Earthshaker even is not gonna love that. TK sitting on 2240 HP, he'll be okay, but depends on how much backup there is. I do see Y-Specs going for the hearts. I mean, she's not the strongest hero HP-wise, sitting on 1,800, and it can be right-click down pretty darn quickly. But that diff blade, just stay away from the fights and use the haunt, disrupt the fights. It would work, but we definitely gonna
Bottom
get some
lane.
action here in the bottom lane as they move forward. And Decap now, they're making a move on Shutterfly and Cookie Monster, and this will be big to get the supports out the way. The Glimmer did get dropped, but by the looks of it, right under a Sentry, or no, wait, the Darkseer with that gem, and Ike TP himself out of there, so they lose their 2 supports. And I actually thought that MMK might have had the upper hand in that fight with the vision early on, but that gem making the play there for the side of BZK.
Definitely, and if you take a look at Decap, he is 10, 2, and 5. He is monstrous at this moment. While he doesn't have, he's got Blink Dagger, Force Staff, and Glimmer Cape. He is huge. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, ooh, Soda almost going there. They may actually get a strike here. He is going to go up hard on the high ground, and it looks like he's going to be fun. They are going to push through this tier 3, and it looks like they may actually get it. Yep, they get it.
That's a free tower. Maywing getting really aggressive there under that tower. And they might even get, they should get this tier 2 with the dragon form still up, or just drops. But they should be able to get this tier 2 as well, and there's not much that MMK can do unless they fully commit. And they got to be careful with the blink initiations. I mean, the Winter's Curse is up, the vacuum wall's up, and that's the tier 2 down for free for BZK, as MMK could not set up their fight fast enough. And now as Tinker teeps to the top lane, almost cancelled it, but he does blink out, and now he's shown where he is with the heat-seeking missile, and Sarchuan in huge shoal barely TPs out of there. That was maybe a bit of a misplay, dropping those heat-seeking missiles, showing ACG where he is, and he immediately TPs back to the lane with a Dagon, not caring for ACG's tankiness. He's like, buddy, if you're gonna hunt me down in these trees, I'm gonna come back for you. That heart is completed, so ACG I don't think will care too much, as I miss a kill, unfortunately. And there's the Winter's Curse, even the wall committed, and the Echo just for strike. That's 2 down, but that's strike down for 90 seconds. The mid tier 3 has already dropped. That Rax is open, so if BZK want, they can head straight down this mid lane, as Cookie Monster will drop with that blink initiation from Soda. And this is definitely an opening to clear out a Rax, as this Dragon Elder form is still up for quite a bit. And yeah, Soda making a beeline, and he might get Fluttershy here. He doesn't have the mana for the stun though, so he does not blink after, but they're going for this tower. And changes his attention there for a while to the range, gets forced out by Diab. And they need more support here from their team.
Yes, they do, and they need to try and get these tier 3 towers down, while the Shadow Fiend is going to make just life a little bit easier for him, as Tinker, he is continuously doing the spam, trying to keep them off that Rax, but the Rax does go down. In comes Spectre going right for a Maywing, and a Maywing may actually go down here. So does Shutterfly. Shutterfly is going to go down here as well. Beautiful vacuum there, and now they're going to free Rax. Do they go for the next Rax, or do they go right for the end?
Yeah, I think they can definitely go for the third Rax. I mean, they're trying to force buybacks right now, and there is no buybacks on SX Bounty Hunter. There is a buyback on Tusk, but it's not going to be worth it. This Rax is definitely gone, and I think it's a smarter play from BZK not to try and just end it. You can always still come back now, as Tinker is actually keeping to a completely different spot behind enemy lines, trying to just force them to come for him and leave their base alone. But BZK, undeterred, takes that second Rax on the bottom lane, and then all of a sudden 2 Raxes up, 33 to 15, 40 minutes in, and that net worth chart, this DK is sitting on almost 21,500.
It's absolutely humongous, and BZK, they got the opening they needed. The beautiful Winter's Curse on the Shadow Fiend, and the Shadow Fiend buyback did cost him a little bit all the way back then. And now BZK, they've got proper firm map control, and this forces the Tinker into a more defensive position, so he can't really want to go for that offensive position, because 2 Raxes down does mean you are focused into trying and push back those lanes, as well as trying to keep pressure on BZK, and they've got the momentum going for them. Next rush fight could be for them, and then they want to look to try and end this match, maybe perhaps get the Megas going.
Yeah, for sure, and the big man's up in a couple of seconds. He's going to respawn right about now, as they were scouting it, and they've actually left it alone now. Oh, Darkseer is there with a gem, a Maywing, and huge trouble with a vacuum. That's going to be the end of a Maywing. that gem paying off big time for BZK here. And the big man's up. They might want to check that again now, especially with Bounty Hunter being down without being able to scout that Roshan pit for the side of MMK. And they did see Tinker in the top lane now. And BZK actually not going for that Roshan just yet. They did ping out over towards the mid lane, and there we go. Soda's now spotted up that the big man's back up, and they will try and bring him down as fast as possible.
And he may go down. That assault Kuros does help quite a bit.
Satanic.
Ooh, for the Dragon Knight.
And a Shiva's on top of that.
Is
Okay, wow.
massive. Take it through us, Wally. I'm having PowerPoint presentations.
That's unfortunate, as my co-caster is again struggling with lag, as Vborn is not friendly to us tonight. As I have disconnected about 4 to 5 times myself here, and it's starting to take a bit long, so they're trying to rotate in now and get this done. As BZK is still a tier 2 in the top lane. I wouldn't be amazed if they take this Aegis and just go straight down mid, take a fight, and if it works out in their direction, end this game. Tinker is trying some shenanigans in the top lane, split pushing as much as he can, pressuring this tier 2, and there's a line drawn out clearly by ACG that they want to push out this top lane. Go for that, but I don't think they need to. There's another line gets drawn out by Hurley now as well, finding himself a H in here. I honestly don't think they need to be doing this. With the Aegis, they've got the upper hand. They can just stroll down mid and finish this off. But so well, nothing wrong with securing it. I mean, they've got the 2 objectives already in the top and in the bottom and middle lane, with both Raxes being exposed, and the creeps will start pushing in now slowly but surely. And with the pressure on the top lane, they can take the fight and kind of ignore the towers then and just join the creeps to end. As this is going to be make or break for MBK or for MMK on this tier 2 if they do choose to defend it. And if I was MMK, I would definitely not try and defend this tower. Try and push out as much as possible and try and defend that top tier 3 tower and that top Rax with their lives.
No, definitely, and this tier 2 is just gonna absolutely maul. But now, Tinker, he's gotta be careful here. Ooh,
that vacuum from Hurley, so close.
If he had gotten caught by that vacuum, this game was over. So now this does give MMK a chance to try and get back into this, but they have to commit a lot as the high ground push now goes.
Yeah, and Saoshan is just going to rearm and spam the living hell out of this lane, while Strike is farming away in the spot lane, trying to force these creeps off. And here we go. There's a Lotus Orb on, and as Soda blinks forward, misses a Dragon Tail, but they're going to get Shutterfly, and a Maywing in huge trouble as Spectre gets absolutely aggressive on the well there, and Saoshan has picked up his Ag Scepter now, making his presence known. Strike does go down, the Aegis drops on ACG, but BZK undeterred here. They will try and stick on this tier 3 for now. There's another Lotus Orb charge being dropped onto Soda. He gets Walrus punched in just as that Lotus Orb drops, but that's a dead Tuskar, and that's a dead Rubik, and this Rax will drop, and this is pretty much going to be the GG. As 3 people go down, Tinker does buy back, and there's not much he can do on his own, even though he does have that Ag Scepter. 4 times heat seeking middle, the laser will bounce, but there's not much he can do. He's spamming for what he's worth, but that Rax is going down. A Soda blinks forward, and wow, Sao Xuan almost bringing down Soda. Mayming's got to drop here, getting hit by the Dragon Tail. And that's now 4 down. Sao Xuan still doing what he can, but the GG well played comes out from Strike. And BZK taking their fights quite calculated and getting themselves in a good position every time to push and take those objectives. And I feel MMK had a few chances to take objectives and unfortunately didn't force the issue. They did get that Roshan, but they didn't really do anything with that Aegis. They got a good fight off it, but no objectives, unfortunately. BZK taking it quite convincingly, 41-16, 45 minutes in, guys, and that's it for game 1. We'll see you guys in game 2. I am Wadi ZA, and I've of course been joined here by Rusty Pilover, our little South African YouTuber, the ginger who says he's not scared of Shadow Fiend or Shadow Demon stealing his soul. And we'll see you in game 2, guys.
Bye bye.
Ciao.
seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Alrighty, here we go, ladies and gents. Welcome back to game 2 of the Gigabyte Challenge. BZK Pirates versus Marshmallow Monkeys. My name's BZK. I'm casting for NAV TV, and I will be joined by our lovely South African ginger YouTuber, Rusty Pylover. Rusty, what are your thoughts for game 2 here? Hopefully no crashes.
And by that, I'm not gonna go on about it, but 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick. Dire team pick.
That's a bit weird as Reborn is not loving us tonight, but BZK going for that Winter Wave and again served them extremely well in the previous game, and Marshmallow Monkeys going for the Tuskar again, didn't do too badly, and this time the Space Cow got ignored and he makes it through, so we can see the pseudo-random 17% chance work. See if we get those 5 hit in a row bashes once again.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Well, it's kind of difficult to say in their draft right now. I mean, they've got the good team fight from the Winter Waven, but they've also got extremely good pick-off potential and ganking potential from the Spirit Breaker. So it's tough to say if they're gonna go line up like in the previous game. I mean, they do not have the Earthshaker available this time, as Earthshaker has been banned out from MMK. So we'll have to wait for. Apparently, there's no sound in game for you, Rusty.
Dire team ban.
Okay, while Rusty's having a look there, Rusty failed. Rusty failed by the sounds of it. Okay, Rusty will unfortunately have to restart his Dota. There's a bit of an issue there, as MMK has banned out the Bounty Hunter now, waiting on BZK to reply with their ban. Not too sure what was happening with the Rusty's mic. Apparently there's some issues. Guys, we do apologize. It's Reborn things. As Rusty, are you back? Oh my word. Okay, Rusty's not back. He's just informed me on TeamSpeak that unfortunately he's got a bit of an update going. Maybe that's what's screwing us around. Hopefully I won't crash and have to update myself as I am doing the camera control, and that would really suck for you guys watching the game. But Witch Doctor got banned out from BZK, followed up by Anti-Mage, waiting for the final ban in the second phase here from BZK.
10 seconds remaining.
We extremely 6.85B, I've just been informed, is gonna come out, or possibly, hopefully it's not a big update. Sorry guys, trying to correspond here to administration as well with the co-caster having an issue. This is unfortunate. Reborn is really not loving us tonight, but hopefully the games aren't disappointing, as BZK did put up a really good show for us in Game 1. Marshmallow Monkeys did a good job in Game 1, but unfortunately couldn't bring it home, as Darkseer once again picked up here by BZK Pirates. Did a lot of work for them in Game 1, and I'm pretty sure he'll do a lot of work for them again in Game 2, as we're waiting on the first pick, as the Shadow Fiend, my apologies, did get banned out by BZK.
Team pick.
Banning out strikes Shadow Fiend there, and Darkseer did get responded to by a Dazzle here for Marshmallow Monkeys. Decent hero can keep Gyro up for quite a while, especially if he does get hit by that Winter's Curse. Towards the latter stages of the game, Shallow Grave correctly timed can make a huge difference in those team fights, depending on how much that Space Cow bashes, obviously, as you can have as many BKBs as you want, and if you can have infinite BKBs, Bash will go through magic immunity, so we'll see how much of nerf Spirit Breaker did receive with that Greater Bash. I believe it's called Greater Bash. Yeah, Greater Bash has now been nerfed with a pseudo-random chance being brought in. For those of you who don't understand how pseudo-random chance works, last time I checked how it works is if it does not prog on the first hit, the chance will increase until it will prog. You won't have 17% on every shot. Percentage will increase per shot until you bash, and it will reset. As far as I remember, that is how pseudo random chance works. I could be wrong, as BZK Pirates opts to pick up the Spectre once again for themselves, as well as a get banned out. And Marshmallow Monkeys will not love seeing that scary lady once again. She did cause quite a bit of havoc in the previous game, even though I believe it was ACG. Yeah, ACG played the Spectre in the previous game. Did not follow the item build that me and Rusty would have liked to see, but still was a menace in that game with that harder Tarask on top of that Radiance. So we'll see what they go for this time around, as it's a bit of a more squishy lineup they're going against. Most likely going to opt for that Radiance again, as Radiance now is a much cheaper item. Marshmallow Monkeys dropping into the reserve time. Waiting on their second pick, and Rusty, just a quick check there. How far are you on that update there, my friend?
Wind Ranger at your service.
13 megs to go as the Ginger Lady gets picked up. It's unfortunate Rusty is not in the cast, as Wind Ranger picks up for Marshmallow Monkeys, and it sounds like Rusty just chucked something at the wall there for not being in the draft when Wind Ranger got picked, as our little Ginger South African YouTuber who loves to picked up in the Dota 2 scene. As we're waiting on the ban, BZK banning out the Skywrath, and I got informed everybody can be glad that Rusty's not here, as it would have been a pants off moment for him with Wind Ranger being picked up. As we wait for the final ban here from Marshmallow Monkeys, as I'm being informed once again that I'm having some mic issues. Really sorry about this, guys. Reborn is just absolutely not loving us tonight. I've been informed that the mic's correct, and I've been informed that the mic's incorrect at the same setting. So I'm trying to accommodate everyone here, as Marshmallow Monkeys into their reserve time now. 45 seconds left with their final ban. Might not want to take too much time, as there could still come a surprise from the side of BZK, and might want to be able to have some time to counter pick, as the Templar Assassin, one of my more favorite heroes, gets banned out, and we're waiting on BZK to pick up their final hero, most likely going to be in the support role. And it sounds like Rusty has finished the update. Rusty, are you trying to reconnect it? Okay. There's a ginger lady, Rusty. There's a ginger lady.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
But damn. I just missed that. I just missed that. I actually just said they needed another support, and I did not notice that they don't even have a mid, because Darkseer will be on the off lane, and Spiritbreaker most likely on the roaming support role. So, good pickup there. I've got my foot in my mouse and my foot in my mouth and my face on my desk.
Silencer.
Oh,
Radiant team pick.
that's a very good pickup.
Okay.
10 seconds.
That is the last ritual force
5
for
seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Yeah, for sure, and you'll definitely see the Silencer going for that last word into Curse of the Silent, forcing them to cast the spell and then following up with a curse. And someone like Windranger will not love that mid lane. But there is an option still available, but it's too soft. I was looking at the Zeus. It's a lot of burst damage, but once Spectre gets up and
10
running, I mean,
seconds remaining.
Zeus will just be food for Spiritbreaker. Yeah, they go for a Huskar. Wow. Yeah, but how are you gonna get Curse of the Sun? Straight up YOLO. Straight up YOLO.
Давай, Витидок. Давай, работай. Пик, пик, пик. Все, хорошо.
30 seconds to battle.
отвратительно. Вот, бараш, нету маны.
Coin for me.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
You're safe.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Lack discipline. Now, life. Dire's courier has been killed. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
You what?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Haste!
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I wet my horn.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Denied.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. middle tower has fallen. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower
What?
is under attack.
Light!
Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
At least
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Got it. Invisibility!
You-
That gets my seal of approval.
up. Nope.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Is-
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Survival of the fittest.
Yep.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Light!
Dire's top tower has fallen.
old, so quite sure what he's going to build into just yet. The Aghanims will serve them quite well, though, as the mana burn from the curse. Oh. A good cold embrace there from Decap will save his skin, as I unfortunately missed that as I was ranting on about how good the Silencer Ags will be, but I did notice that Silencer has not got a level of Curse of the Silent, and I'm not 100% how much. I'm pretty sure Curse of the Silent contributes to having the Aghanims, and he's gone for a Shadow Blade.
That's quite an interesting build, and Rosh is going to go surprisingly fast down. This Wind Ranger Aghanim Scepter is one of the most powerful Aghanim Scepters you can have in the game. And here comes Cookie Monster just to secure this. And this is an easy rush for MMK, and they can afford to go through the mid into the right side here, or perhaps push right and the bottom lane.
Yeah. Bottom lane is definitely a better option as Decap is in huge amount
Right
of trouble.
lane.
Cold Embrace, but now he has been shackled up. It's a bit of a waste as the whole Cold Embrace will... Wow, the damage, never mind. I take my words back as the crits come out of strike with that Chrysalis. And that's a free kill on the Winter Waven, who does have the Winter's Curse, but no buyback. And this bottom tier 3 tower and Rax is in dire problems here, or dire trouble for MMK, or BZK, my apologies. MMK just turning up the heat. There's a big vacuum wall on top of the silence, but the BKB on point from Sao Chuan has heard he's in huge trouble. Slutterfly is trying to do anything he can, but he gets glimmered up, and he goes after Soda, who force-offs even deeper into the base, and Slutter should drop here. The pure damage might get him. Oh, no, won't get him. Bo Buell's now trying to get him as well, and Slutter just won't drop. He's going to take ACG with him as they roll in now. That's 1-for-1 trade so far, but Silence is dropping really low. Soda gets shackled up once again. That's going to be the end of Soda, and ACG in huge trouble. This might just be the GG if they can get him killed off here. There's a Shallow Grave right preemptively. As Hurdy's in huge trouble, pops the Guardian Greaves. They might get Decap here again, who did expend the Winter's Curse there. But now they've lost the entire mid, or not the mid, entire bottom racks. As a Maven gets glimmered up now, trying to run himself out of here. But ACG is following up and will get him. So at least they trade, gotten 3 for 2 here. But they've lost both mid and bottom racks, and the top lane is at least pushing in here for BZK. That's the only saving grace right now.
Wally, good news, we are finally all good. We are
well,
finally...
as you say that, I just got informed the Echo is back.
Oh no. Okay,
yeah, I give up, man. I honestly give up with Reborn.
Oh man.
Please, 18 million guys, 18 million. Please fix the damn game.
Let's just be honest here. This whole game is this Wind Ranger. This Wind Ranger has been making absolutely massive plays, and you could just see the power of the Aghanim Scepter. Hello, a Satanic.
Wow. 27 minutes, armlet Satanic, brown boots, naked boots. Who cares about boots? I can jump at you with life rake Satanic armlets.
It's just boots I got from Mr. Price. It's like half off, half used. It's not a problem, but like Strike, he's making sure he's getting in these team fights, and this Blink Dagger shackles, and then into that Wind Ranger ultimate. And I mean, it's on a 15-second cooldown. You just wait 15 seconds, you go right into it. And ACG, he does have the Manta style, but how much can it help as a Daedalus is now fully completed on the Wind Ranger? She is hitting so hard.
Yeah, it's extremely rough, but you can't count out. Okay, they do have the Spectre. They do have the capability to defend with the Splinter Blast on those open axes. Oh, ooh, Soda's got to be really careful. If they spot him, he's dead.
And of course, this little monster, the Winter's Curse.
Yeah, they've got a lot of death high ground, and with the Spectre there doing what she just did, forcing out that bot lane, putting chip damage on that tier 2 before coming back to defend the base. They're gonna have to defend this though. They do not have a glyph, and Wind Ranger is laying into this tower. And drop the weave as well now to just armor them up even more. Sao Chuan is BKB'd up, so he'll be fine. The Winter's Curse to hold him in place, but I don't think that was the best option. Big vacuum wall on top of the silence now. Can they do anything here though, the side of BZK? Sao Chuan gets Glimmer Caped out of here. He actually turns to drop the call down. Sluttershy does drop now, and Sao Chuan coming in for more as the Decap almost drops. Sao Chuan will drop, so it's 2-0. BZK barely surviving on these heroes as Strike needs to get Shadow Grave up now. Bo Buells is on solo HP. They don't lose a single hero for a complete
It's a team
wipe. I cannot believe that BZK did not lose a hero. The HP on these guys, the balls on these guys to take that fight. Wow.
That was amazing. Walls, vacuums, everything. A full team wipe. This is where the Spectre needs to start going, possibly for that global presence, needs to get the boots of travel, try and go for the split push if she can, try and push as much as she can. But that was a beautiful, beautiful defense here from BZK, and I just feel the one slip up was that Winter's Curse. If it had been anywhere here, that might have gone a little bit better for them and not have that kind of heart attack with that low HP that they had. But brilliant fight nonetheless, beautifully done there by BZK.
Yeah, for sure. Heaven's Halberd now, though, on the docks here. That's gonna slow down the Huskar or the Wind Ranger, whoever they prefer, and a Silver Edge coming out on the Silencer as well. That will help a bit against the Huskar. It will cancel out the Berserker's Blood. Yeah, Berserker's Blood. So he won't be hitting that fast and that hard once he gets hit by the Silver Edge. But you kind of have to save it and use it mid-fight to stop him. So it's a bit of a weird item. Does Silver Edge cancel Wind Run? I'm pretty sure it actually does. Oppa, as Strike jumps forward, and we won't have anything just yet. Decap trying to be out. He will not be able to. The Shackle Snowball combination lands, and that's a Winter Wave and down, but he does have buyback. He will have buyback as the line gets drawn out by Soda. Nearly force stuffing himself out of there. There's a courier with a Reaver on it. Entry immediately, and that's the end of Soda as Bo Buells. This is not good. Bo Buells, he will most likely drop you as well. This is a big misplay here from BZK as Bo Buells does have that Shadow Hammer trying to get away. And Sluttershy jumping on ACG. The call down there. ACG is going to go down, and this is going to be the GG. One mistake there from Soda. They should have left Winter Wave to die. He's got the buyback. They could have backed off there, and this will be the top racks, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be the game. They just put up a amazing defense, did okay, but this should be the game.
And it's unfortunate. It was such a tight game. You could see 33 to 28, and that big team wipe from BZK. But if that had happened a little bit earlier, this may have been their game. And it looks like we are going to go on to a game 3, Wally. And this has been a very, very close call as Spiritbreaker is going to give it one last go here.
Well, while the Winter's Curse is on point with a vacuum wall, but so far, MMK are underturned. Bo Buells gets healed up, but that's going to be the end of the decap. Hurley's going to go down, and so is Bo Buells. And yeah, this is where you call it, and they will call it. Very, very well played to MMK. Extremely aggressive in this game. Even though, unfortunately, we had to miss off with it for the people who did not put a pre-camera. Let's just please hope that this does not happen in the game 3, because these guys are giving us a really good series. This is gonna go to game 3. It's 1-1 at the moment. Guys, I'm Wally ZA. I was joined by Rusty Pylover. I'm gonna see you in game 3. Hopefully, Rusty, will you be joining me for the third one?
I think I will be.
Okay, that's great news, guys, as Rusty's going to join me for the final one, and we're going to see who comes out on top. And I love these matchups. It's a 1-1, and we're going to see the best of both teams now. That's it for me, guys. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Alrighty, here we go. Welcome back, ladies and gents, to the third and final game of this Gigabyte Challenge. BZK Pirates versus Marshmallow Monkeys. Game 1 was taken by BZK Pirates quite convincingly. Game 2, Marshmallow Monkeys, absolutely super aggressive, just putting BZK Pirates back up into a corner and crushing it out the park, tying the series up 1-1. This is going to be the third match and hopefully one hell of a game. Guys, my name is BZK. I am not alone once again for the third and final game. I will be joined by our South African YouTuber Rusty Pilover. Rusty, your thoughts on the third game? Because we've got to make it quick as this draft is flying.
Third game is going to be absolutely magnificent. Ladies and gentlemen, Marshmallow Monkeys versus BZK Pirates. As you can tell, I'm probably a little bit quiet, so the sensual voice will come out. Not the Batman voice. Earthshaker picked up Tusk Gyrocopter. It's going to be quite interesting. It's going to come down to who is going to get the initiation. Who is going to get the upper hand in those team fights? As Earthshaker, he is bound for the team fight, so is the Gyrocopter. It's going to be absolutely massive.
Yeah, for sure, Rusty. You're getting a bit of tap noise on your mic there. From my side, from what I can hear. But so far in the draft, Queen of Pain getting banned out, or Lena banned out first, followed by Queen of Pain, followed by a Clockwork and a Winter Waven. First pickup was the Earthshaker, followed by Tusk Gyro immediately by Marshmallow Monkeys, and then responded to with a Dark Seer from BZK. First ban out, probably a respect ban there from BZK on that Wind Ranger, as it was very, very dangerous in the hands of Strike. Strike making huge plays in the previous game on that hero, and this time around won't be available for him, as we wait for Marshmallow Monkeys to reply with their first ban in the second phase.
It's going to be quite interesting, and as you mentioned, the respect ban there from the BZK Pirates, they know they don't want to deal with the Strike's Wind Ranger. Absolutely huge game maker, and really dictated the pace of that whole game. That the Wind Ranger with that blink, that Agnum Scepter, and that Wind Ranger ultimate is absolutely massive. And the Darkseid again, a go-to pick here for the Pirates, and it's going to go well with the Echo Slam and the Darkseid. Winter Wyvern banned out, so this does leave quite a few options open as we are going to look into the second ban phase here. And who do you think is going to pick up what here?
Oh, well, the silence is still left in the pool, even though he didn't do that much in the previous game. But if he got a better start, he could have done way more. Someone who's been ignored is Lion, definitely a good hero in this current meta. And I'd actually like to see a Ogre Magi come out. I'd love to see what he can do with that Bloodlust on towers. But just for something gimmicky like that, I doubt one of these teams will pick it up, as we see the Huskar also banned out, who was a big nuisance for BZK Pirates in the hands of... Actually... BZK, no, wait, yes, no, yes. Yes, BZK was a nuisance, as Marshmallow Monkey's Slutterfly was playing it, if I'm not mistaken now.
5 seconds remaining.
Rusty, have I lost you? Might have lost Rusty, guys. I'm not getting any sound from him. Not 100% sure what happened there, but seems like I've lost Rusty for a bit. Rusty, if you can still hear me, just drop me a Steam message if you are still running. As the Huskar got banned out, it was followed up by a disruptive ban out from Marshmallow Monkeys, and they picked themselves up to Dazzle. Dazzle did quite a lot of work in the previous game, especially with that Huskar and that Gyrocopter and that Wind Ranger. Didn't really see a lot of Shallow Graves onto Strike, maybe 2 at maximum, but Strike never got himself in that much of trouble, as it really works well with that Huskar though. Won't be seeing that, as Huskar is not in this game. He has been banned out, and we're waiting on the first pick in the second phase here from BZK Pirates. Guys, I'm just trying to find out. Looks like Rusty. Rusty, you back?
Yes, I am, and as you mentioned, Huskar also banned out here from BZK Pirates. Now, while he didn't do that much, he sustained a lot of damage and just took the fight. And as you mentioned, the Dazzle did a lot for the Marshmallow Monkeys here, and the Witch Doctor now pick up. This is AOE upon AOE upon AOE, and it looks a little bit squishy at the moment. They need something to do the Pirates, just to try and surround their lineup just with a little bit more beefiness, just to try and sustain through that Tusk Gyrocopter Dazzle sort of combo. But I mean, this combo can go out super fast. I mean, Earthshaker dropping in that Blink Echo. I mean, Darkseid can get in there, blink, wall vacuum, and then one epic echo dunk, and the Witch Doctor with the Death Ward, he just bounces it around.
Yeah, for sure, but that's relying quite heavily on the wombo to hit. Gotta get that wombo off, and if you don't get that wombo right, it can go quite pear-shaped for you, especially with what Marshmallow Monkeys have. If they get Gyro in the middle of all of that, and they get him shallow graved up, and he can stand and fight, it could spell trouble for BZK Pirates if they do not hit that wombo correctly. But there's still a Void in the pool, and Void for BZK Pirates right now would be amazing. And TA has been banned in the first and second game, and we finally get to see her this time around. The BZK Pirates do not have a mid just yet, and well, that's most likely going to be their mid as they pick up the Shadow Feed immediately against the Templar. I was still going to speculate about a Viper being a very possible pickup, as Templar struggles immensely against the Viper in the mid lane, as Viper is a dominator of the lane already and a very natural counter for the Templar Assassin, but they opt to go for the Shadow Fiend as they are on the Radiant, and it's pretty easy to fall back to those stacked camps.
Definitely, and Templar Assassin, like you mentioned, it sucks when it comes to that damage over time. Viper's actually good pudge with a couple of buffs to that rot. It could actually be fantastic up against a Templar Assassin. Now, while he doesn't offer too much in the late game, it is still quite a nice buff on that rot of his to make him a viable mid lane again. I mean, the hook has got an immense range. The rot is now a ridiculous amount of slow and a ridiculous amount of damage as well. And I mean, the more flesh heaps you stack, he can start to be your tankier sort of tank in the later parts of the game, and then have like your Tusk start building into that damage, and your safe lane, of course, in the Gyrocopter. This is all to say there was a pudge pickup, not that there will be, but he seems to be Ice Frog's a little bit of a experiment here, and just buffing the pudge up as Phantom Lancer is banned out.
I think he just buffed him as a favor to Dendy, as we see the Cancel Lancer getting banned out, and we're waiting on the final ban. It's going to be a Phoenix. That would have been an extremely good pickup for Marshmallow Monkeys. Would have been tough in the off lane, but once he got those levels up, he could dive in after that big combo with that Supernova. Could have made life really hard for BZK Pirates. And BZK Pirates' big problem right now is they don't have a lot to burn off that refraction. They're gonna have to commit a lot to get it off.
No, definitely, and I don't know who I would favor this round. I mean, we saw Strike in that mid lane just go right on to Soda, and Soda just couldn't deal with it in the previous game with that Wind Ranger, and there's the Viper. Whoa. Counter pick.
Well, yeah, well, their lanes though. This messes with the lanes of Marshmallow Monkeys unless they're planning on running dual lanes. I mean, offlane Tusk with support Viper, it's not gonna happen. Support TA is not gonna happen. Solo offlane Gyro is extremely risky, especially against the Earthshaker Witch Doctor. I mean, they can pick up anything they want. That Gyro is gonna get crushed in that lane. And Shadow Fiend doesn't fare too badly against the Viper. I mean, he's got the capability of spamming down the wave and getting his farm, so he can just hang back and let Viper over push.
Could be the case, but this would be very weird laning. I mean, could they go for those dual lanes? Support Viper, maybe?
Yeah, no, I'd send Viper and Dazzle possibly in the off lane, as you've got Poison Touch with the poison attack from Viper. It's extremely cancerous.
We are stupid. It's going to be a support Tusk.
Yeah, no, for sure. But
and a Viper offlane.
Offlane's gonna suffer, man. They're gonna have to dual lane this. I honestly feel they have to dual lane this. Like Dazzle Viper's strong combo, as a Razor comes out. And might be this might it's gonna be a safe lane Shadow Fiend and a mid Razor. Quite interesting, and they might just pick this up to see what Marshmallow Monkeys pick and then swap in game to just try and bait them out to maybe send a Templar versus the Razor mid instead of the Viper, and then send the SF with a swap.
It's going to be quite interesting to see what they are going to do here, because Razor is going to look to be going in the mid, Shadow Fiend in the tri-lane here with Witch Doctor and the Earthshaker, and Razor against Templar Assassin, as you say, they might definitely be, you know?
Yeah, they might be baiting it out, but like, I mean, Static Link does not disjoint.
Что-то там опять парни пишут.
Blessings.
Don't think ill of me. With the poison twist.
Я даже не знаю, как сказать, что там было, потому что я немножечко не ванга. Можно, конечно, как-то примотать это дело, но получится.
Safe word.
This game, and he's doing a really good job here in this one as well.
And he's already level 6, and he's
he's
going straight
diving.
onto the Shadow Fiend. The Shadow Fiend
Got
is
a
going
double
to die
damage here.
again.
ACG is in huge trouble. One more hit. Cancel the salve. He's so deep now, and they could turn this on him, and they might kill him. They might kill him. One more hit from the Witch Doctor will do it. They trade, but once again, mid for mid, and in the bottom lane, Soda getting aggressive again with a static link. 2 right clicks, almost bringing Dazzle down to half HP.
And Wally,
looking really tough.
the Dire Courier also suffered in that little skirmish. So I would say that's sort of a win there for BZK. Look, they did get the mid, but
top
as
lane.
you said, Strike is doing fantastically. And
Hurley's in huge
top lane,
trouble. Hurley's dead.
Hurley.
Has the Viper Strike. Well, he's
Large,
taking so
large,
much
large
damage
trouble.
from the double Iron Shell though. Ooh, Butterfly almost going down, and Omaywing also. That double Iron Shell doing so much damage from Purdy there. Level 3 Iron Shell. Wow.
And again, it comes to MMK just getting the kills they need again. But this lineup, they can't go as aggressive. I mean, the Dogs here, as you said, their top lane nearly getting another kill there for himself. And BZK, if they manage to get the farm they need, I mean, with Strike being as big as he is level 7, 2 kills, 1 death to his name, and he is farming really hard. He's got himself Bottle and he's got himself Boots this early on. And Shadow Fiend, he's struggling. He really is struggling in this mid lane to try and get anything. Has got himself Bottle, and look at the damage.
Oops, I just missed that damage as I looked over to the top lane as Hurley looks to be trying to make a play on a Maywing here with the help of Bo Beals. And if they do fissure block him, he's in huge trouble.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yo,
That's a pretty
Chushwan.
damn quick Midas on Viper.
Chushwan made it out on 14 health.
Oh,
That was amazing. But as you said, that is a quick hand of Midas there on the Viper. And I mean, if you look at him, 28 and 6 with 2 kills to his name. I mean, it is absolutely fantastic for him. This hand of Midas is a bit of a greedy pickup, but when you're that far ahead, it is worth it. I mean, now you can focus on that building that mechanism faster than you thought you would have with conventional methods.
yeah, for sure. So we're getting a bit spammed here on the Twitch channel by the M-God. Shout out to Muzzy watching this game. Thanks for supporting, guys. I'm not sure how much we have on the stream, but thanks everyone for joining and sticking through and actually watching this with the amount of issues we are having with Reborn. We're trying our best here, guys, and it looks like MMK have actually now rotated their tri lane towards the top as Sarshawan has now come here. Viper with that Midas, trying to find him on the map, working his way towards the bot lane. Probably going to try and go up against Soda, but it's not the favored matchup, as Soda will, once he gets a static link charged up and going, will make life very difficult for that Viper. But he's getting close to that mechanism.
Get off it!
Got the headrest.
That was so very extremely close.
Dire's top tower.
Yeah, for sure. Just give me a sec, I will be right back in 1 second.
Muzzy Twitch TV, let's just shout him out again. Thanks for helping us with the everything there. He really has been supporting us, and of course, great guy, as Wally mentioned, the M guard.
Alright, sorry about that, I am back. Strike
Oh,
getting
alright,
extremely
alright,
aggressive with
my
the
bad there.
DD Ruin, and he's so close to ACG. If he finds him with his DD Ruin, he could wreck him. And his bottles on the deck as well. Luckily, the courier comes to fetch. If Strike had a trap down there, he could have possibly made a play there.
He definitely could have, and Soda, he's definitely doing well in this bottom lane. Almost has his
Oh, top
mechanism
lane,
up there.
early.
Ooh.
Oh, he really thought about going on Sarshawan there.
Radiant's middle tower is
And Tushuan, he really has to be careful here. He's not that level 6, and Darcy is level 7. Despite being 2 days down, he can make a massive impact in this game. 4 to 4, 9 minutes in. Experience graph is showing that MMK is leading by 200. Gold lead is a little bit inside of BZK, but it is even because of that little bit of a Midas pickup there. And TA, she is just laying the traps out. She wants to know what the Shadow inside and out of his.
Yeah, I'm amazed that she hasn't dropped trap over here. I mean, she has to know that SF is around here somewhere in bottom lane though. Slatter's gonna find Bobules, and Bobules heading for the hills. Decap is in the area. They could possibly make a play here with the Razor. They opt to not do anything just yet. And a strike coming up from behind now on ACG, but ACG heads towards the northeast and finds himself a bounty rune to bottle
Bottom
up.
lane. Bottom lane.
Bottom lane, the action's popping off as the coconut is bouncing around, and Slutterfly is definitely gonna die here. They bring out the shallow grave. The fissure is there, but I doubt he's gonna make it. They try and block off with ice shards, but they will lose the Viper here, and they're most likely gonna lose a Maywing as well if he cannot get the hell out of dodge. They're gonna turn it now with Strike arriving with a haste and Decap in huge trouble. 2 hits off HP. The mech is popped though, and that's the end of a Maywing on the side here. And Strike might want to think backing off here as the Shallow Grave is not available for Cookie Monster.
Dire's middle tower.
Oh! If Witch Doctor had the coconut, but they're still going on Cookie Monster. Look at Hurley dropping the wall, even committing to this kill. And there comes the Earthshaker. Well, there's that fissure damage that everybody was not so worried about.
Hurley got blocked by the fissure. Oh wow, so close. Out of it. Oh,
Ooh,
that's
Viper.
a very brave TP and has to run through the wall. Viper
Look
is
at
in
Soda.
huge trouble here.
Soda's got to be really careful here, Tusk. If he blocks him in here, and no one has got mana, no one should be staying around here. Now they do have a little bit of mana, but they are going to get themselves an easy tower here, and with the damage that the Razor stole, this is a lovely
Oh,
tower
Requiem
for
in the
me.
middle lane, striking
Okay,
huge
Requiem.
trouble. And
They
full
get him.
drop. Wow. BZK making the plays. That's 84 right now. And
Now
that actually-
BZK, they have to be careful not to throw this lead away, and they've got this Templar Assassin down now, 2 for 2, and TA has already got a Myrtle Hammer. Do you think this is an early Desolator over
yeah,
the
for
blink?
sure. Definitely early Desolator. They're trying to replicate what they did in the previous game. Just come at them and come at them hard, and try and snowball into a lot of damage.
It's possible you can definitely do that, but with that hand of Midas pickup, do you think there was a little bit greedy here on the point of the Viper? Because he only has power treads, and if you look at the Razor, he's already got his mechanism and a Ring of Basilius, and he's got 301 at the moment. And they're moving to look at this tier 1 top, and it's going to be big for them if they do get that. Now, while that isn't too much, they gain access to the Dire jungle. This leaves room for Shadowfiend to just eat all of this up.
Yeah, and so they're getting extremely aggressive, showing Cao Xuan there that he's not scared of diving this tower, and possibly trying to show him I might have some support, but backs up, and he's got 2 smoke heroes though. There is rotation in from a Maywing, as there we see the call down, but it's going to be too late. It's not even going to hit, as there is a Tuskar punch and the Darkseer wall as Hurley just arrives. A Maywing in a spot of trouble, but so is Soda. They do bring down the Gyrocopter, but can they get anything else now? It's a 1-for-0 trade. Soda's extremely low. He had to pop the mech, but there is support for him with a salve, and it's going to get taken off by the tower. A bit too aggressive there on that tower, but good kill as they do bring the gyro down, and now Soda TPing towards a bottom lane to try and stop Slutterfly's push here. Middle lane
And
tower
mid
might go
lane
down as well.
gets
Oh, good
denied.
boys.
Beautiful deny, and now Witch Doctor in a lot of trouble here, and he is going to try and TP out, but the snowball comes in, the punch is out, and down goes the Witch Doctor.
Oh, well, MMK find themselves a trade as the wall got dropped in the top lane and absolutely missed. Bobule's trying to get this tower. Fissure blocks Cao Xuan, and the tower does get lifted up, and they should be able to now, or Bobules will be really brave to try and get this, and there should be a deny for the side of MMK. So they just denied 2 towers as Viper takes down a tower in the mid lane as well as they chase down
Echo
ACG.
Dunk!
And the Echo Slam gets dropped as I just miss it as I scroll towards the mid lane. Oh, the surge, is it enough? Is Bobules going to get out of here? Oof, so close. And the fissure just to make sure they're not being pursued.
That was way too close for that Earthshaker. Just
Second
trying to
missile
see.
ammo up for strike.
Early
500 all the way.
Desolator,
All mid lane.
ACG!
ACG in huge trouble here from Strike, but he could turn this now with the Witch Doctor Voodoo Restoration. stops the channeling of the Requiem. Will the raise hit now? They did hit the Maledict. They really just need one more right click. Oh, and the fissure will just finish him off. It's a good kill. Another 334 gold going into the pocket of Bobeels, working towards that Blink Dagger. And that will be a big game changer for them. But their top tier 1 tower is in huge trouble. They've managed to take down the bot tier 1, but both tier 1 towers got denied, top and mid. As there's a big jump here by Hurley. He surges forward. There's the vacuum, followed up by the fissure. Sanchuan drops the cooldown, but he does get Shallow Graved up in Shadow Word. Soda taking a lot of damage. Soda might be in big trouble here, but Amaywing opting to back out here, and I don't think that was the best play. As he will go down. It's a bit of an aggressive play, and they did manage to save the gyrocopter, but they might pick off Cookie here as well, and they will with that fissure. They secure another kill, a double kill, and Razor now Soda on an unstoppable streak. Things looking a bit grim here for MMK as BZK getting better exchanges in these fights.
They definitely are, and Shadowfiend now has picked himself up a Shadowblade. Now he can get right into that, and it's just going to contribute team fight that BZK can drop here. I mean, Earthshaker, he's working towards that Blink Dagger. That Blink Dagger Echo Slam as Gyrocopter, he is spotted around here. That ward is keeping track of what he is doing there. And Hurley, you know, with that vacuum wall, he's been placing very, very nice vacuums. And 12 to 5, MMK are not out of this, but they need something to go their way in these fights because they're getting picked off in places they don't need to be picked off here.
Yeah, for sure. It was a bit of over-aggression there in the top lane, and the supports had to come in and save. And unfortunately, I think that snowball into the Ice Shard was a bit of a misplay, as his name is escaping me now. If I can find him. Maywing. Yeah, there we go. I actually found it as I clicked on him. Maywing got a bit aggressive, and maybe a bit of a miscommunication on into fight to getting back, but the Desolator has arrived now for strike, so there is some right-click damage for him. But it is a bit of nuke. Once they burn through that refraction, Strike is going to be extremely susceptible to going down, as Strike's going to go to town on this double stack here on the Ancients, the Dire side, and pressure being applied by Razor. In the top lane, he's found himself an Invis Rune, trying to find something in the jungle, but right now, no one from MMK in that area. Should maybe just actually start attacking the creeps now. And he had a double damage Rune as well. Don't know how he managed to pick both of those. I probably picked them up on the 16-minute mark.
And
try and keep the pressure up here.
There's some movement here. They know that Razor was here. There is an observer board spotting this out. They may go on the Razor, but he should see this.
So there's in huge trouble. He has not seen this rotation.
He has not seen this rotation. He is in big trouble. There is a smoke. He's going to go down here. He is going to go down here. The mechanism, will it be enough?
Dropping everything he can, drops the mech now as well. And Shadowfiend was trying to fight, and he's stolen all of the damage, and he one hits. He might even get Strike here if he turns. Oh, ACG arrives though. Strike should drop, so it's a 2-for-1 trade, definitely worth it, as Hurley is in a spot of trouble. Hurley's going to drop, so it's a 2-for-2. Hurley getting behind enemy lines there. And there's the Echo Slam on Slugger. It doesn't do a lot, but the Death Ward is dropped. And the Requiem on top of that. And Cookie Monster trying to keep them alive, but it's a 3-for-2 trade so far. And ACG is on the hunt, as he will get touched on with a good fissure there from Bobeels. And that's a team wipe. 17 minutes, 40 seconds in, and this will most likely result into a tier 2 tower dropping in the top lane as well here.
And that was a great fight there for BZK. They did lose 2, but they gained 4 in the end, and you could just see the AoE that BZK present. I mean, it's absolutely massive. MMK can't fight really well into this. They need to try and get the pickoffs.
Yeah, the big problem there, like, they went down and Hurley didn't even expend the wall there. I'm not sure if it was on cooldown at the time. It's not on cooldown anymore. But they did lose that team fight pretty convincingly there. As oh, here we go, Hurley in the bot lane having a crack at Striker, even though he does have a Desolator. He doesn't care much, but he should care, as Strike absolutely obliterates him. But he did take quite a bit of damage there. TA is not known to be the most tanky hero, but TA Strike knowing his limits there, bringing Hurley down. So that'll bring a bit more gold into the pocket of Strike and help the experience stay close towards, oh actually not close, as it's close to 7.5k in favor of BZK right now, and net worth dropping around the 6k mark as well.
Definitely, and my goodness, it's There is a task here. Did they see that ward get drop? I don't think they saw that ward get drop. But 17 to 8, 19 minutes in, and you could just feel BZK. They've come out of their shell a little bit, and they figured out let's just go right at it. And they've got the AOE to do it. Once his ultimates are up, once his big ultimates are up, as a rush is scouted out, they'd want to see if anybody was in there, and they know that the TA does have that desolator, so Rosh can go down a little bit fast here. And with the experience graph sitting at 5k and gold graph sitting at almost 7.5k there, as a Bobulus.
Wow, Bobules.
Bobulus.
Oh, the damage coming out of Strike. No uphill miss there. That will secure it. Strike is just hitting so damn hard, man. They actually blink after. Yes, but DS did have it available, his own blink available, and got the hell out. Oh, ACG in huge trouble. He's got dusted up now, and there's a trap as well from Strike. ACG gonna try and drop the Requiem, but it's just too little too late. And now Hurley might even bite the dust here as well. Thinks the better of it and gets back, as they've already lost two, and one of them being the Shadow Fiend, a big hero. So they do have the blink available on Earthshaker, so they can make plays here. Oh, they're jumping forward to Strike, and he just absolutely obliterates Hurley there. The snowball didn't even connect yet, and this will turn into a tier 2 tower, most likely here for MMK, as BZK in a spot of trouble there with losing two big heroes, actually 3 big heroes, as Witch Doctor does bring a lot to the table in these fights. They're going to be under a bit of pressure here for this tier 3.
Definitely, and this is exactly what MMK need. You saw the pickoffs that they got. Everybody was in the wrong position at the wrong, getting the Witch Doctor out there, and then capitalizing on the Sheriff and then the Darkseer down here. This is exactly what MMK need. They need to get those pickoffs down. Once they get those pickoffs, they can definitely start looking forward to taking more towers, gaining map control, and then taking the game from BZK, who were gaining quite a big lead, but now that lead is heavily dropping as well.
Yeah, pretty much nullified the experience, almost back down to 0. And the same story in the net worth department. Razor has picked up his Aghanims though, and that could make a bit of a change. In the bottom lane though, Hurley has picked up his blink and goes aggressive onto Strike. This is not his best idea, as Strike will bring him down quite easily. He did have Bobules in the area, most likely just TP'd in, but that was not a smart idea at all.
Now Earthshaker has that blink. There's that blink that everybody watches.
For a good two. Oh, Soda. It's going to run straight into Strike. He's melded there. Misses the meld strike though. And this could be troublesome for Soda. Yeah, Soda should go down there.
Gotta get this right. Earthshaker can get this right. He roughs it.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. The blink off cooldown thanks to not even the flat cannon. I don't know what took his blink dagger off there. But yeah, Bobule's huge trouble. Luckily 196 damage sapped off of Strike from the Razor before he died. And this is not good. Decapping a big spot of trouble now as well. He's got to go down. BZK, mistakes are being made here. Absolutely huge mistakes. Didn't have ACG there. He's pushing for all he's worth in this top lane. Creep skipping even, as MMK get themselves an objective in the bottom lane. They take the tier 1. And ACG clearing out the enemy jungle. He's sitting on 1,800 gold. They really sorely need him in these fights.
And if you look at the warding here from MMK, they've come out as well, put down the wards. They want to see where everybody is, and you can just feel that the tide is starting to shift. That the BZK just need to hunker down and try and not make sure that they are getting caught out, because they are getting caught out. And that unfortunate blink echo did not go the way the Earthshaker had planned. If that had gone the way he had planned, that might have been a different story.
Take a gander at Strike's gold. This is ridiculous. Strike is making a massive comeback here. He was down and out for a bit there. They completely shut him down after having a really good start. He's leading in the net worth now, sitting on 4k gold. He could almost buy an MKB straight up if he wishes to.
It's absolute madness, man.
Most likely gonna go for the Desolator, I guess, but see which way he goes. MKB would be ridiculous on him right now, this early on.
MKB would be fantastic for this Templar, and she would be boiling out of control, because look at the Shadow Fiend. He's still trying to farm up. He's only got the Silver Edge, and being picked off as many times as he has, despite being 3 days down, he's just not finding the farm he needs.
Still difficult to say if it's going to be an MKB, because for a Daedalus, as he did pick up the Demon Age to Strike, and ACG going to town on this Ancient stack, still not doing the most damage. He's lacking in the right click department big time. A lot of drawing on the map here from the Gyrocop at South Schwan. trying to secure the enemy jungle by the looks of it, but he's got to be careful. He's out on his own, and there is rotations coming in, and they do not have vision in this jungle anymore. So he can get himself caught out if he gets a bit too frisky in the spot lane.
That's very true, and Gyrocopter, he's not having that massive of an impact, as you can tell by his items. He's still struggling to find this farm. And again, we come back to Strike. Strike is making the plays here for his team. He's got the Desolator, he's got the Blink, and he's got the Demon Edge. He is doing so much damage, and he's just going on these supports. And now Shadow Fiend, he might find himself also in a bit of trouble, but in comes the rotation here from Soda. And Soda, he needs to find something else with this, and now I say most, when all five, they are going down. And look how far back the Darkseer is hanging along with the Earthshaker. They know if something bad happens, they need to get these things done and in.
Yeah, but Bobiel's giving away his position badly. The Helm of the Dominator creep from the Templar Assassin there. So they definitely know where he is. I do think that MMK are just going to give them this tier 2 as a top lane. They will take a tier 1 of their own. So it's a tower for a tower, even though it's a tier 1 for a tier 2. And now BZK, gotta be careful. They're looking to be wanting to back up here. They can't go for Roshan. They will definitely be spotted out if they do. They start TPing out, and both Soda heading towards the top lane, forcing Slutterfly off here.
And they've got to move, because now, look at this. They're gonna go rush our MMK. Now, they should know, but
Yeah,
here comes the D wards, and now they know that they're getting rushed, but
Look
it's
at
going to be
Roche
too
drop,
late.
man.
It's going to
Wow.
be too late.
Daedalus is being completed. Like, TA, Strike is a monster right now. I do not know how BZK can deal with Strike. They're going to have to drop absolutely everything just on Strike. And that
Twice.
leaves room for Gyro, yeah, twice as well now with the Aegis. But that leaves room for Gyro and Viper just to lay into the team of BZK. And yeah, again, this is the Wombo. The problem with the Wombo is you absolutely need to connect the Wombo. And we saw earlier on in the bottom lane, Bobiel's whiffing that Echo Slam as the Blink did not go off for him. Still not sure what cancelled it, but unfortunately that didn't go down for them, and they lost quite a few. Most of the heroes are still in contention with each other. Gyro is taking a bit of a slight lead here over the Darkseer, as he's made quite a few questionable plays, trying to 1v1 the Templar Assassin, which, with a good start, was not his best idea.
And now the bottom lane is going to get pushed, and you feel that BZK they're back on the defensive foot. After having such a dominating early game, you just find that the TA got in, and couple of questionable plays got the Templar Assassin to where she needed to be, and it's just absolutely a massive turnaround here. Again, Strike making the plays, and now everybody is going to come back. The Earthshaker is waiting in the wings here. What will he do here? Remember, there isn't Aegis on Strike, and Strike, all his damage is starting to get removed here. They pop the dust, and in they go. Strike again, and they commit the ultimates. They want more here. Darkseer dropping the wall from behind here. He is going to go down here. TA, the ultimate is dropped. Buyback, and Strike, the Echo Dunk is there. Strike, he is fighting back, but he is going to go down here. Everybody in the base, and will it be another team wipe here for BZK? Will they be able to get the team wipe here? And the walls, and they go for more.
Oh, he's got a blink as early. He can blink forward and get a double kill here even.
He gets
he's
one.
blocked off. There's a vision.
Two.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's a team wipe for BZK. Very good base defense there from BZK.
Creeps. The creeps murdered Hurley.
I actually missed that as I was scanning towards where the players were pinging on the map. But yeah, BZK, I wouldn't say back on the front foot. Definitely not back on the front foot, but ACG surviving that, sitting on almost, well, he just expended a lot of gold. I think he completed his full Scotty now. And not too far off his Aghanims is decap. So the item's starting to come here as leaving the poor old Bobiel's got himself a gem, starting to de-ward now, being the ward boy for the side of BZK. Soda working towards a BKB by the looks of it, as he has picked up an Ogre Club. It's not impossible that he maybe goes for a Heaven's Halberd or Strike, as Strike is hitting like an absolute truck.
And Earthshaker now has a gem. Shaker has
He's
got the
actually had
gem,
it
so
for
he's-
like about 4 or 5 minutes.
that's my bad. But coming back to that fight, I find BZK they defended their tier 3, they defended their racks, and they got a full team wipe out of this plus an Aegis for the price of 2 with the Doxia going down there. It's a big turnaround here for BZK, who you felt, despite having such a massive early lead, they were playing on the back foot until this point.
Yeah, for sure. The only problem that I have with Bo Beals jumping around and de-warding as such, he's given away, obviously, that he has the gem by now. He could have tried to hide himself out of vision and let decap de-ward and let the enemy think that that's being done by sentries. And BZK got to be careful here. They've just squared it up. They've not taken the lead, and they're looking hungry for a fight. And it could go wrong for them very, very quickly. They do have all the spells available, though. They scout a bit there with the plasma field, trying to find something here. And they've de-warded pretty
Smoke.
much the entire map now.
The smoke going up, but it's not going to find anybody unless they are planning for a massive loop around. But it does look like they are going into the Radiant jungle, and they're not going to find anybody in there. So maybe both teams just trying to scout out each other. And the ultimates are up for BZK and MMK. If Dazzle can get those clutch Shadow Graves, as we know he has been getting.
BZK, don't split up now.
Red.
Or if they
Red.
find Bobules, they get Bobules down first. BZK are in huge trouble. Oh, and they're snowballing on him. They're going on him. And Bobules is almost immediately dropped. And he will drop, so it's already one down. They minus the Echo Slam already. The wall has dropped. The Requiem has now dropped. They're sealing as much damage as they can from Strike. They're trying to turn this fight as BZK fighting towards their own base. As a Maywing in big trouble. Hurley going after him. And the entire team needs to back him up. And they will get him and they get the gem back at least. It's a 1-for-1 trade now. And they've saved the gem. But now can BZK do something here? As Bobules runs straight past Superfly. Slutterfly. Where did I come up with Superfly right there? TPing out.
Well then, 18-23 in favor of MMK. The Tusk is down. Can they take this high ground now? The Earthshaker has bite back. Oh, bite back, yes, because never mind. Yes.
Are you sure he bought back? Yeah, okay, he's got cooldown. My apologies. But, yeah, BZK doing what they need to. They lost the Earthshaker. Luckily got the gem back off a Maywing. And again, de-warding, but they should know TA is not far away if she's trapping like that, and they should see that trap being placed as well as Hurley goes up. And they should know that Strike's around here. I could try and make a play and be too greedy. As
In
there's a
trouble,
blink,
in
but
trouble.
he's in the trees, he can't do much. There's a vacuum to break the trees, and they got Strike. This is a huge kill for BZK. They must try and force the issue here for Strike to buy back, and then
Does
they
have a
really
buyback.
need to back off. Strike
This
will
is-
have to buy back, but the question is, will BZK back off if they force this buyback, or are they going to try and be brave without okay, well, Requiem's up in 6 seconds, so they might be able to take this fight.
I find Sheriffin, he can't afford another death here. He needs to BKB out of here. And he's in trouble. He's in massive trouble. His ACG caught out there. And he is going to go down. Echo down coming out. And it's absolutely big. They
Oh,
get
what
the
a shot,
task.
Craig.
Oh, the Witch Doctor ultimate. It bounces. It's going to get more. And it's 3. It's going to be 3 down here.
They got to be careful though, as Mike is up, and they do not have their tanky heroes up front anymore. Hurley is really low. That'll just be a blink right-click meld. So yeah, need to get back as a team here. They forced the buyback. They lost 1 for 2. That's definitely worth it for the side of BZK if they can get everyone out of here.
They definitely need to get everybody out there, but oh, decap, no, he's going to be perfectly fine. And it's starting to just go into that shuffle of who makes the next mistake, who is going to get caught out as a gyrocopter disconnects.
That's beautiful. Very unfortunate, but Shadowfiend, looking at the net worth, has caught up redonkulously quickly, as Strike on that Templar Assassin was just doing an amazing job and just being a menace on the map, hitting like an absolute truck, and he was way too cocky placing those traps over and over in this area. Got himself caught out with no backup, and definitely favoring BZK to get him down, force a buyback, and only trade 2 for 1. As Sao Xuan, Su Xuan, whatever. I'm destroying your name. I'm so sorry, but hold on.
And
I was gonna say they're ready, but they're not ready.
And the thing is, Shadowfiend needs this BKB at this point because that catch here from the Tusk Eye Shards was absolutely perfect. I mean, if he had BKB, he could have walked around right out of the gyrocopter cooldown, and nothing else could have been done there. You guys know him.
I'm so tempted to type 5 stack.
Please don't. You'll get fined. You'll get so fined, Wally.
Well, we're back up and going. As
Alright.
this game is a bit stagnant right now. BZK made a couple of plays, but they've just gotten back what they threw away earlier. And net worth, nothing to speak of. Same on the experience graph. I mean, one fight is shown both times. I mean, the previous experience swing was about 10k. No, over 10k. And they've swinged it back now again by over 10k. So one team fight can do this for you. So experience and net worth, there's nothing really in it. One bad fight can win it for either, or could lose it for either team. So both teams still got to be careful not to get too overconfident.
Definitely, and I think what these teams are waiting for, Rosh. They want the next Rosh.
And
they
BKBs.
need this next Rosh.
BKBs,
Yes,
as
BKBs are
Sushan.
heavily needed.
Sushan's working on one. Soda's working on one. Pretty sure the Shadow Fiend, if I can find him on the map, is working on one. There might be a Shiva's Guard coming out here for early, which would be very good for BZK. Shadow Fiend so far sitting on 3,300 gold and no items, so not sure if he's going for that. Witch Doctor not even going for the BKB, he's going for the Shadow Blade. He's got the Shadow Amulet already. Gyro's working towards it. I'm pretty sure TA would be working towards it. Viper's getting close to it.
I think it may be a Glimmer Cape over the Shadow Blade, but I wouldn't put it past to be a Shadow Blade because this Wish Doctor Ultimate is going to make big plays here along with this wall, and you have to feel like MMK that they have to make sure they can get those support pickoffs as soon as possible just to make sure that this fight doesn't prolong and that they in the end get wrecked by wombo combo, and that's not what you want.
Yeah, for sure, but that's where the BKBs come in, and there's more BKBs being built right now on the side of MMK than on the side of BZK. So MMK definitely working in the right direction with Ogre Club already on strike as well. So there's 3 BKBs, if I'm not mistaken, being working on in the hands of Sushan. It's got his Mithril Hammer now, just needs the recipe. Strike's working towards his, very close to that Mithril Hammer, and if I'm not mistaken, Viper as well heading in towards that BKB, so that will nullify quite a lot of what BZK can do. So you got to remember that Death Ward, physical damage, and he's got the Aghanims up now with the Glimmer Cape done as well. So still quite a lot of right click damage that they have to deal with coming from, or not right click, but physical damage they have to deal with coming from the side of BZK.
Definitely, and now they get themselves a nice tier 2. In the meanwhile, in the mid, Strike, he does have a TP. He's making sure he's going to push, but this high ground push is going to be absolutely vital here for BZK. They cannot afford to lose anybody, really. They can't afford too many losses here, and they need to make sure they push this hard. They need to force that TP back in, and ACG, he is making sure to try and get out of that. In the meanwhile, Temple Assassin is coming back in, and that tower is going to take a lot of damage. The cannon. And
the
Razor,
the Razor. Actually get it. Wow. Dota being very brave. He's probably going to pay for his sins here. And they turn us around. He's got the BKB up now. Sushan as well. Reckion's going to do almost nothing but a huge vacuum wall in the background with a fissure. And MMK are in huge trouble here. They're going to lose the spot racks. And most likely the backs as well. There is a buyback on the Viper. There's a buyback on the Dazzle. So ultra kill for decap on the Witch Doctor. And will they buy back? They're gonna have to buy back if they want to keep their mid racks. ACG heading straight towards it, and there's a DC unfortunately from the Bobules on the Earthshaker, but they're undeterred as they go for this, and they're going for the melee racks, and it's still no buybacks. MMK need to buy back. They need to do something, or they're gonna lose this game, and they're microing Earthshaker back into this fight.
It was absolutely madness, and unfortunately the Earthshaker again waft the ultimate, but they're going right for the melee racks. Are both teams, are BZK, and look at them, they're just undeterred, they're staying there.
The mechanism is
up the
up.
gyrocopter ultimate, and they're going right for the racks. This should be GG.
Yeah, the buyback should have came way earlier. But they held on too long, MMK. If they can turn a good fight, or Mayring just pops Suswan in huge trouble with a paralyzing cast going. The Shallow Grave is there as Hurdy's going in deep here. Suswan should be able to TP out, just barely TPs out of there. But they've lost the top racks, they've lost the bot racks, and they're going to lose the range racks. And that's it. That's mega creeps for BZK. And yo, big mistakes made by MMK. No buybacks. The Templar took way too long to get back to the base. And that Aghanim Scepter on Soda really doing work in that last fight. And the BKB as well, helping him out there. And they're probably going to go straight for Roche, this Roshan, and go finish up this game, is BZK.
It was an absolutely massive team fight there, and the dogs here, the clutch, they call
And
the
they call it.
GG!
Wow. Very, very well played to BZK. They waited their option out, and I'm pretty sure it got pinged out that the cooldown was dropped here. Even though it's only 60 seconds, it gave them a small window to go do some damage before the cooldown was ready again. And Strike, unfortunately, I was going to call him MVP of the series. Did really well there to push, but he took just too long to get back to the base, and the damage was done to the tower. And with that BKB being available for Razor, could go up front and tank as much as he could, and it was actually a Sight of Ice completed there by Darkseer. Did not get it seen used in that fight, but it was a huge vacuum wall there from Hurdy, setting up a beautiful team fight for BZK, and they take the series 2-1.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us in this cast. Of course, thank you to Muzzy, shout out to him. Thank you to Crimson, always such a nice helper. And of course to Wally for having me for this cast. It was absolutely a fantastic series, and good luck to all the teams moving on in the Gigabyte Challenge. It was a pleasure to cast. BZK bringing it back, Earthshaker having a couple of problems, but man, Strike was on point today.
Yeah. Definitely, Strike was on point in game 2, and he was pretty damn decent in the second game, but unfortunately just taking a bit too long there to get back to base, costing them there. But very well played to both teams for a very entertaining series. Guys, that's going to be it from us. My name is Wally ZA, and I was joined by Rusty Pylover. If you want to go check us out, you can go check us out on Facebook, Wally ZA or Rusty Pylover. You can also go check out our South African YouTubers channel, Rusty Pylover ER at the end, because apparently Rusty was drunk when he made the channel. Could give the man some loves. He needs some subscriptions for Rage. The 1000 dream is real, and we might see something special at Rage. So otherwise, that's it for me. Rusty, any final words?
Hope you guys all enjoyed that game. Please continue to watch Wally, fantastic caster, and hopefully we'll see more of you next time.
Too kind, guys. Well, that's it. That's 2-1 for BZK taking the series and keeping their hopes alive in the Gigabyte Challenge, playing for that $2,000 prize. That's it from us, guys. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
hanging by a thread, hung upon all the words you said, breaking free from this conformity that you force on me. Everything I do is one big show. It's about damn time that I take control. Put me under a microscope and watch me take control. What's this? I finally read this helplessness. Tired of feeling like I'm upside down, so I'm gonna turn it all around. And and dear God, save my soul 'cause it is flawed. Tired of feeling like I'm upside down, so I'm gonna turn it all around. And don't tell me that I need saving. Finally awake and living. Yeah, yeah. The pressure inside was building. I felt under attack, and now my mind's attacked, and I've chosen my path. I've chosen my path. What's this? I finally read this helplessness. Tired of feeling like I'm upside down, so I'm gonna turn it all around. And and dear God, save my soul 'cause it is flawed. Tired of feeling like I'm upside down, so I'm gonna turn it dance like crazy in this club. Hanging with my boys, ladies for us. We're gonna show the girls just how we roll. Cause there is nothing here will stop us, no. Talk to me, girl, I got the right to say.